Can do it, brother.
We are live.
Hey,
Welcome,
hey.
people, to the Joemar Show. This time we're going to talk about Italy again because I just came back from a trip and I want to give you a little insight to the trip. Stuff that maybe behind the scenes happens, stuff that you don't have your camera ready for, just overall tips about the trip, tips about each city, like transportation, food, where to eat, where not to eat, all that kind of stuff, like a Walter's World kind of thing. You know Walter's World?
It's Boonjo's world. But
It's
yeah, I know
Boonjo's World.
Walto's world. No, but I'm big on like the Rick Rick
Rick
Steves.
Steves. Yeah. Oh, Rick
Rick
Steves is a
Steves is a
legend.
player, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of him, and like during the pandemic, I didn't even really know
Yeah.
who he was. I kind of remembered his books because like he wrote all those books, and then during the pandemic, I got me and my girl were just like hooked. We'd watch like
Oh,
every fucking Rick Steves episode out there, and
no,
then we
dude.
started.
Yeah. The worst part about Rick Steves is when you look for him, you're like, oh, new episode. And then it's a seminar. You're like, damn.
Oh shit. He's getting
Yeah.
paid that seminar money. But we did a
Yeah.
little background and like we were like, okay, who the fuck is this Rick Steves guy? And I guess he's got like 13 kids, like 6
Oh,
wives.
dude.
Like this guy's a player. Like he's
Oh,
going
yeah, dude.
around, shagging women, having kids, paying child
Rick
support.
Johnny Appleseed, eh? Mr.
Yeah,
Johnny
dude.
Appleseed. Yeah, he's a beauty. That guy. Speaking of Rick Steves, actually, for when
Shout
you
out
go
Rick
to Rome.
Steves. I mean, no,
Yeah,
I mean, no disrespect, Rick Steves. If you're watching, I hope you are.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But Rick Steves, he actually you can listen to his audiobooks while visiting the big sites in Rome.
Hmm.
You have that earpiece, put it in, and Rick Steves is just whispering sweet nothings in your ear the whole time about ancient Rome. It's pretty sweet. I didn't take that option though. Did you when you were there?
No, we did do something like that, but there was so much shit going on around you. It's like it's
Yeah,
kind of hard to listen. But we did do the one where where you're walking through like it's like the graveyard of the buildings,
yeah,
and that's where they
yeah,
have that crazy archway,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like like we're literally where like like the Senate building was and shit like that. So
Where by the Coliseum or
yeah, a little bit behind the Coliseum. It was close to the
like
Coliseum.
like Palatine Hill and the Arch of
I think that's
Tita's?
exact. Yeah,
Yeah,
Palatine
yeah,
Hill. That's exactly
yeah.
where it was.
Yeah, Palatine Hill is it's pretty dope that place actually. When you go to so we went to the Jewish Ghetto first, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you've been to the Jewish Ghetto, did you?
I don't. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know if I did or not.
Well, I'll tell you, it's basically a coliseum, but you get to walk through it for free, and all the ruins you get to through it for free. So when we were already there, like, wow, look at this, the ruins of the coliseum, and
Hmm.
then we go pay for the coliseum. It's like, well, damn, it's the exact same thing almost, and we just paid 40 euros for it, But it's I'll say this for everybody that goes to Rome or Florence or Venice or wherever in Italy, you gotta, if it's your first time, you have to do all the
Hmm.
tourist stuff. You have to do all the tourist stuff. It's just, you gotta, the first time you go, do all the tourist stuff, try to do all the food and the tourist stuff. And then maybe your second time, third time, enjoy yourself a little bit and make it nice and easy and get attached to the culture a little bit more. But for the first time, you definitely gotta do the tourist stuff. You have
No,
to.
you're right. And I just did a little digging. I walked through it, and there was like the Jewish quarter
Yeah,
that where it's like blocked off, and it like
yeah,
cats own that fucking property.
yeah,
And so I'm sure you saw like there's cats everywhere because they're
yeah.
like kind of like
Well,
revered in Italy. It's nuts. So like
yeah, it's
you
same
know
with Croatia. And Dubrovnik,
yeah.
there's a whole castle dedicated towards cats.
Yeah. I just sent
Yeah.
you a picture on Instagram of me in the Jewish quarter or the ghetto part, and I got my little handbag, and
This guy
I
said he's
had
got
I
his
had
little
to
handbag.
had to fit the I'm in Italy, right? I got to wear the man
Yeah.
bag.
Oh, dude, I rocked the man purse the whole time, bro.
You fit in, and not only that, it's like it's better to have that kind of, and it is like strapped around because like if I'm gonna get mugged, like I'm gonna have this on me, right? I'm
Oh,
gonna
look
make
at you,
sure it's like
eh? Look at this
look at
guy.
this guy.
Oh,
Eh?
so I'll show you the Jewish ghetto that I went to. It was actually all ruins. We
Yeah,
went
I
to
don't
the
know if we
Jewish.
went to that one. We went to
No,
the Jewish
this is
district.
like this is like all the old synagogue and all that stuff.
Yep.
It's absolutely insane there. But yeah, I just seen it. I'm gonna actually put that up right now.
Okay.
The old synagogue.
But hey,
Yeah.
it's not my trip. We're talking
Uh,
about your trip, and I just want to.
no, no, but I'm gonna. So this is. Can you see him?
Yeah, brother.
That's him, eh? That's like the streets where everybody drinks and stuff. But this is the where I went is literally like all the ruins where it's, you don't buy drinks, you just look at old buildings and falling apart things, you know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, this looks like, to me that looks like all over Rome, eh? Every street.
It is. So for people who don't know, look up the actual the Jewish Ghetto ruins, so we can kind of get an idea.
Yeah, the Jewish Ghetto ruins. Here, I'll do it right here. Chop it up, hey, real quick. Let's see this. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
So
There we
look
go.
at this.
I think this is World War II.
Yeah, I think this is the Jewish Ghetto.
I don't know if this is the right. I don't know if this is the right Jewish Ghetto.
Shit, that went dark. Oh yeah, it was. So this is
Okay.
Was it.
Okay.
That
good,
was
good,
one.
good.
Yeah. So this is it. So that's it, right? Basically.
Yeah.
And you got this piece too. So it was. It's a nice neighborhood. So you got
Beautiful,
ruins,
bro.
but this basically looks like the Coliseum, except for there's housing units on it, kind of.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
I wonder what the rent
Yeah.
is up there.
And it's monstrous. Don't get it
Mhm.
twisted. That's huge. But since we got this sharing screen up, I'm gonna let you guys decide. So I wore this. This is me in Positano, the Amalfi Coast.
Fresh to death.
But I wore this suit because I only brought like 3 things to wear because I wanted to have just the backpack, and it's cheaper. I don't want to check a bag, you know, when I don't need to. And so I wore this suit through the Pompeii ruins, and this guy that is from Spain, he started saying something around the lines like, "Look at this guy's suit. You got to be like mental in the head to be wearing that." So he thinks that nobody understands it, and he's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, be a show off in front of his kids and his wife. I'm sure they're not impressed by it, but that's just my opinion. So
Sometimes
what I
it's
did,
a tough guy. It's a tough guy,
yeah,
you know, Movado.
yeah, and this guy has a long hair with he's combing it every second, you know, has his eyebrows tweezed and everything. So it's like, dude, we know you gotta try to stick up and pretend you're a man in front of people, but it's not working, you know. So what I did, it might have been equally or maybe even worse than what he said, because he thought we were just some English speaking schmoes, right? And he's like, "Oh, these guys don't understand me, so I'm just gonna say what I gotta say." And so I'm like, "Mickey, did he just did he just say what I think he said?" And so I go up to him and I confront him and I give him a lesson, kind of, to his children. See, this is what happens when you speak stupid in front of people. And Mickey is like, "You wear that suit to get reactions, but when you get a reaction you don't want, you flip out on him." She's like, "That doesn't sound fair, does it?" Now, what do you think about that?
Hey, you know, it's okay. You got to stand your ground sometimes, right? If someone, you know, if someone rubs your hair the wrong way, especially like, hey, you rub the dog's hair the wrong way, you're gonna get barked at. You're gonna get bit. Don't
Yeah,
fuck with me,
dude, you
right?
rubbed
Hey,
my
sometimes
belly,
that
but yeah, you rubbed it a
happens.
little too low.
You want to fuck me?
so, so my whole thing was that was a lesson for his kids, because obviously they need a role model that's a real man, not
Yeah.
like that guy. So then they were all shook after. They were like, "Whoa, this is crazy." And I mean, I'm giving you the PG version of it. There's a little bit more to it. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I felt really bad after because I'm like, "Oh, he might have just been trying to be funny or something." I don't know, but I didn't dig it. I didn't dig it, you know. So I got this wicked chef's hat too. Mickey said I wasted €6 on this baby. And I said,
€6? That's a
yeah,
deal, bro. Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
it's good, eh? I'm ready to cook some fucking carbonara tonight. You know, I
There you
cooked some
go.
chicken cacciatore yesterday. You know,
Okay, okay,
and with some
okay.
wine. First time cooking wine and chicken together. I was like, dude, I'm cooking wine and chicken all day now.
Yeah, Italy does something to your palate when like you come home and it's just like you crave that. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
the simplicity. I want to eat like I was eating in Italy. I was doing the same thing. I
yeah.
was like chasing that. I was chasing that high. trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah, dude. It's like this now. I'm like, I gotta go back to Italy to get me some of that good. Yeah,
you
give
really
me some
do
of that.
though.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: the food. I guess maybe because I live in Croatia, so it's kind of the food is kind of similar. You know what I mean? They have the same kind of cuisine almost. So it's like when I was there, I wasn't totally blown away by everything. I was like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. I'll be honest, we didn't like a lot of things. It was just like for one, Napoli street food wasn't good, even though everybody says amazing. It wasn't so good. Rome street food, on the other hand, was amazing. Everything trapezinos. I'm gonna tell you, this is what made me go home and make chicken cacciatore. I'll tell you what. I never even heard of this. I knew I heard of the word cacciatore before because it's crazy for my mom and stuff when she used to cook. But like when I had this chicken, so basically what a trapezzino is a little corner piece of bread. So it's a triangle, a half triangle of bread, right? And you stuff
Mhm.
meat in it, right? They so it's like literally you can fit it in your hand. €5 they charge for this little piece of meat, this little piece of heaven. That's expensive to me. €5 for
Damn.
like one meatball. One meatball they put in this thing. If you order the meatball ragu and whatever it's called, and I think it's Napolitano, and it's just one meatball with ragu sauce basically, and so we're there, and I'm like, oh, I gotta try this. This is the hottest street food in Italy right now, and so I go there. Sure, I complain about the price because I could eat. You need like three of those things to like even feel something, feel a little full, So they have the chicken. So I'm like, oh, we'll try the chicken one and the meatball one because I know Mickey doesn't really like ground beef in that. So we try this
Mhm.
chicken cacciatore one. It was a little piece of heaven. And I was like,
Mm.
I'm like, damn. And so I looked up that recipe. I come home, I'm trying to make it. I made a good version of it, but not the version of it.
Yeah.
And it was like a parody of it, And it was just, oh man. And then on my last day, I tried to go back there, but they opened at 12, and we got there. Our train came at 12, so we had to leave before we could get it. But I had actually a porchetta sandwich instead, and that was incredible. Porchetta is amazing there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
dude, but
man, that
Trapezinos,
it
yeah. What's up?
Chapuzino.
Yeah, Trapezinos is the best. Hi, guys from India. What's up, man? I like your energy. I like you too, man. You sound like a nice guy, Kumar. We love you,
Rahul
man.
Kumar. We
Yeah,
thanks for coming to the show, brother.
yeah. Thanks for coming. Yay. If you want to ask any questions, just drop some questions in the chat there, and we'll answer everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
did you get
trap.
a
What?
did you get a chance to watch any like Italian TV, like any of the places that you stayed at? Did they have a TV for you,
Oh, they had TVs, but we were never we like
like in the room long
so I'll
enough?
tell you a little bit about when I travel. This is why it's important for people to know because I see Michele Ponte, which is an Italian vlogger. He posted about this because everybody says, "Oh, your job's so easy. You're always on vacation." Let me tell you guys something. Me and Mickey argue because I'm s- I'm like I run it like a military business when I'm there. I'm like, okay, we don't get tired. There's no napping. We're always doing something. We do something, we film. You got that? And it's like we have a baby. So I get it. We got an argument about it, but it's like
Hmm.
I'm like that. I'm like, no, we don't cry. We don't do this. We're there to work. We're not here to have a vacation and be like, oh, I'm in Italy. Let's go eat spaghetti and wine. I'm like, nah, we're doing this. If we're eating spaghetti and wine, we're making a video. I don't care, even though it's her birthday. But I did get but
I remember
but
we
people
talked on that day. Yeah.
yeah, but people don't understand like just because my my job is like okay, let me get this out of the way. Just because I'm not making that much money to consider it a job, it's like working an apprenticeship where this is a job for me. Like I work by filming and traveling, so that alone is a lot on everything, on our relationship, on your life, on everything, right? Just always traveling, always trying to film, always doing stuff to think of the camera, think about this, then going home, editing, worrying about all that stuff, and it's a lot. People don't understand that.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah, and it's like when people are like, because this one guy once said, "Oh, you couldn't hack it working a 9 to 5 in your old city, so you go on the internet and begging for money." And I'm just like, and that obviously I wanted to scrap the guy after that, right? Because I'm like, you don't know
Yeah.
what it takes. I'm like, if it's so easy, just get a camera and fucking do it. If
Yeah.
it's so easy, it's not easy. It's like, just think about it. I want everybody to go home, walk around the street where people are, and talk to the camera, and see what you say, see what you come up with. It's when the camera's on for some reason, you don't know what to say. You know what I mean? So here's this. Me, Kelly Ponte, and I made a few vlogs together in Delhi. It was a cool experience for me. It's not easy to talk to the camera. That's exactly my point, man. Everybody thinks it's
Yeah.
easy. It's not. It's not easy. It's like, sure, you want to. So Ponte's like, because he always posts his Patreon and donate links and stuff. He's like, yeah, because when sometimes YouTube pays good, but other times like it's hard. Depends who watches your videos. That's how you get paid. So if India watches your videos, you get paid basically nothing.
Oh
That's just the way
damn.
it is. Yeah, it's like 3 cents of like every 1,000 views or
Yeah, there's
something.
some weird analytics to it. And
Yeah,
that's kind of messed up too that they do that. It just should be like a flat rate across the board for any kind of view that you get. But
yeah,
it also has to do with who's watching the ads too
yeah.
on your page, right? Are they skipping through your ads? I think that's don't they
Well,
have to watch the full ad for it to like
and it
kind
depends
of
what the ads are for, how much ad
yeah.
space they're paying, and so if it's India, there's so many people, and so there's probably it doesn't cost as much. I don't know how it works, man. I it's like to figure it out how the algorithm and everything works on YouTube is impossible. You can't. You just can't. You just gotta get lucky, man. And it's like, so that's what when that guy said that to me, begging, I'm like, I don't beg. I don't sit there and be like, please, guys, please. I'll drop it in and put it in the comment. If it happens, I don't get upset. If it doesn't happen, I don't get upset. If it happens, I do get happy. I'm like, yeah, because it's good, right? And it's hard work, and
Yeah.
it's nice that people appreciate it sometimes. That's all.
No, you're right. And I think that there are some people that are really like, needy, like a needy girlfriend. They're just constantly,
Yes.
and it comes off as like a sleazy, like
Yeah.
whenever you're with that friend and you go out and you go have some drinks or some food or
Yeah.
maybe you split a little something, right? And they'll be like, and then you get a text the next day, be like, hey man, do you think you could Venmo me that $30 for the beer we got? And it's like, dude, fuck off, dude. Like
Oh, that that
muff.
hat is Chef Bonjourdi.
Bon,
Yes.
Bongiardino. It's Bongiardino.
Hey, 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 hey.
But
Oh
no,
yeah,
the
dude.
reason
I
I
got some
asked,
limoncello.
hey, there we go. Pour
I
up.
don't I don't drink
Pour
it though.
up.
I don't drink liquor
Oh, hey,
and
yeah,
some
yeah,
wine.
okay, okay. I had a little
Is
liquor last night. I had a little Tito's vodka, and that put me to sleep. And I was
yeah.
having the craziest fucking dreams last night,
Oh,
and then waking up was a little tough for me. I've only been up for about an hour and a half, so
dude,
I'm down
I
in
should
water and coffee right now.
when I drink liquor, I don't like it. I think it's bad for you. I think it's worse than most anything else. But
Well, yeah,
that's just me.
that's true. It definitely does something to your. It's more effective and it's more
Yeah,
deadly to your liver. But the reason why I asked, did you watch any TV in Italy? Is because when we got there,
yeah,
we were jet lagged, right? Like, and I was the
yeah,
same way. We got there, you hear the sirens, and it's like
yeah.
it's like something. It's like I got to get out there. I got to go explore. My
Oh,
girl's like, no,
dude.
I got to sleep. Like we're jet lagged. We took a red
Yeah.
eye, and it's like, okay,
Oh,
all right,
but
fine.
your situation is different because you're coming from California.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
like a
me,
14-hour flight.
mine's 50 minutes.
Oh yeah, no excuses. Let's get up and fucking go. Come on.
Yeah.
There's like barely a
Woo.
time difference. Are you kidding me? That's like
Yeah.
it's
I'm
like
ready.
that's like central time for me.
No,
But
but
no,
yeah, it's the exact same time, I think.
well, it probably is. Yeah. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
I think it
flying 50
is.
minutes, it's probably about maybe an hour difference, maybe not. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think because they
It's all the same.
on the phone it shows you both home time and then that time when you travel.
Oh.
So it's crazy. I never knew that until I went to Italy. But it's because when I got this phone, I lived in Argentina,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's yeah. So I don't know.
So we had to literally do like we had to like get adjusted to the time zone difference, right? And so like the first night we got there,
Yeah,
basically slept for like 6 hours. Then we were able to get up and go walk
yeah,
around. But the reason I mention that is because every place we went to, we were doing a lot of driving. We get to our
Yeah.
spot. She's tired. She's like, I want to take a nap. I'm like, all right, great. Now I can't do anything. I'm in this monastery and there's
Yeah.
nothing really around me. I'm in the middle of nowhere. All right,
All right.
let me turn on the TV. So I turned the TV on, and there was this cooking show that I got absolutely obsessed with, and
Right.
it was called Unti I Bisutini, and it
Yeah.
translates to oily and greasy. And it's this guy.
Oily and greasy.
I'm gonna
So
share.
Italian.
I'm
So
gonna,
Italian.
I'm gonna share. Maybe we could play it. I don't think we'll get demonetized because I don't even think they're. I don't even think they're playing it anymore. But
So here, let's see what. Yeah, you find it. I'm gonna read what Muff said. Muff said, "Where's your pinky ring and fake Rolex? If you're going to be Italian, be Italian the right way." Dude, I was looking for a gold horn. I wanted to get donned over there. I'm like, don me the gold horn, and then
they don't got those kind of things. Like you go to those little Indian bazaars and the little shops, and it's like magnets, little trinkets of Rome. It's like you can't get the fake shit there. Oh, there we go.
So there's a bracelet here, right? So this guy from Senegal, he's African. He threw this bracelet on my kid's foot, on Enzo's foot, and slipped a magnet on him when Mickey was holding him. And he's like, "Oh, it's a gift. You don't have to pay." And everybody knows that's a scam, because then when you are about to walk away, he's like, "Hey, where's my 20 euros? You took my things, right?"
Yeah.
And so he tries that with Mickey. And I'm kind of just talking to the camera by myself, right? And I turn it off. I go over, and she's like, "This guy said it's a gift," and he just threw it on Enzo, basically. I'm like, "Why the hell are you throwing stuff at a baby?" And then Mickey actually just walked away, and she got it for free. So she scammed the scammer, and that guy was so mad, but he just walked away because he knew he didn't want that problem. Not today.
Oh
Not
yeah,
today.
he probably didn't realize you guys were together, and it's like, oh shit, here comes Papa.
Yeah, it's like, why are you throwing stuff at babies? Don't do that, man. That's not cool. I'm like,
hey, dude, they're desperate.
And it's like, but now I got the Senegal bracelet, so hey, it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you find it?
I did. So let me see here. Let me pull it up. I don't think it has any audio, but you get to kind of see the guy. Let me refresh this page. So this guy, it's pretty cool. So he's like, check out his mustache. Is it sharing right now?
Yeah. It's up.
Okay, cool. So he's got this mustache. He's got this like weird Italian car and this like outrigged like barbecue he takes with him everywhere, and he goes to like these local areas in Italy that are known for specific things, like specific dishes, cooking. Yeah, exactly. And then he will challenge like the local guy who makes that, be like, I'm gonna make it better than you, and then we're gonna have a taste test. And I'm watching this show and I'm like, I can't understand fucking thing, and I'm like, I'm hooked. And like every time we got somewhere, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see if the show's on. And dude, thankfully they had it running like all the time. It's on they have their own cooking shit, like cooking network out there. So let's see. Honestly, this was like, I was so
trailer, right?
So hooked, dude. I was so hooked. But
are they all short like that? Are they all short?
No. That's like I can't find anything here in the US for it. Like when I do, it's on Vimeo. It's not translated, and it's
well, dude, I'll tell you. Okay, so I got a video actually coming about my first hotel in Rome. So when I get to Rome, we get there at what? So I'll tell you. Hold on. So let me bring it back a little bit. So when we get to Rome, when we're about to leave Croatia Airport, the man pulls out a measuring stick, because Enzo's allowed a mini suitcase to bring on the plane because he's a baby, because he doesn't pay for a seat. So they give him a suitcase. And we get 2 bags, right? And they have to be within measurements and pounds. So this man says at the airport in Split, Croatia, this man, I got a video of him. He says that Enzo's not allowed to have a bag. And he's like, do you have proof that it says that? I'm like, it says on your computer with the ticket. What do you mean, do I have proof? You have the proof. It's on the computer. And he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, he's allowed to have a bag. So he looks, he's like, okay, yeah, I see right here. He's like, you know what? Actually, that's too big now. So because I proved him wrong, he had a power trip on me, and he measured it. I'm like, no, it's not. I measured it. It's under 40 centimeters. He's like, no, you got to measure the wheels too. I'm like, you don't. I read it. You don't. and he made us pay 10 euros. 10 euros is nothing, but it's just the point that he had to do that. So right off the hop, we didn't even leave yet. We're in Split, Croatia. Bad vibes. So we get there.
Damn.
The plane is 2 hours delayed. So we're supposed to get there at 7, and now we get there at 9, 10 o'clock at night to our hotel. But the later you get to the hotel, the more you have to pay. So when you get there, they charge you an extra 40. If you get there after 9, they charge you an extra 60 euros. And so I was like, for this crap hotel, we picked it because it's cheap. Now we got to pay for the price of a good hotel for a crap hotel just because our plane's delayed. And not only that, when we get to Italy, they put our buggy in the back door, not on the conveyor belt, because we checked it, and we get to check our baby buggy for free, a stroller. And so when we check it, they take it off, but they leave it in the back door compartment. Now, how the hell is someone supposed to know that you have to go to some other door and get it? Why wouldn't they just put it with the suitcase like every other normal flight, with all the suitcases? So not only that, so we're there, we're waiting for it to come through the conveyor belt, nothing, and all the bags are gone. And we're like, well, now we lost our buggy. Then this is just good, gorgeous, right? So we asked this Italian guy. He's like, no, you have to go to the back door, and he brings us. Nobody's answering. So it takes us. So now we another hour late. So we get there at 11:30. We have to pay the money, and then when we get there to this hotel, we get off. So we take the Leonardo Express to Rome from Fiumicino Airport, right? Fiumicino City, and we get to Rome Termini Central. We get there. We get outside. We're like, where the hell are all the Italians? We're in the most seediest neighborhood, walking through here at like midnight almost. It's like, dude, it's like nobody is Italian. And I don't want to sound like, but it's like you got all these homeless guys, like they're African because I guess they come there for a better life and they end up realizing that's going to be harder than they thought. It's not just going to be like, I'm in Italy, it's a better life, You actually have to work still for it. So all these guys are homeless on the street. It's like all Indians and African people, which is no big deal. But it's like, I thought we were in Italy. It's crazy, right? It's kind of crazy. And it's like a shock to me because when you think of going to Italy, you think of seeing Italians kind of. And it's like that didn't mind. They're pretty nice, except for this one dude in the morning when we woke up from that hotel. So when we get to, I won't fast forward it that much. So we get to the hotel. It's called Miller Rose. So we see it. It says it's a hotel room. We get a full room to ourselves. When we get there, we get in the room. They have a bidet in the room, like just a bidet. No toilet. So you got to take a crap. So you got to walk down the hallway out of your hotel room, walk past the other rooms, go to the washroom, take a shit, and walk back to your room to clean your ass.
And then you gotta go walk. You gotta walk with dirt between your buns to go get it washed. Oh man, that's awful. That's awful.
So I'm like, thank God we're only, and it's the most seediest place ever. It's not nice, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. And plus, we had to pay premium price for this place, so I was kind of pissed. So then we wake up. We're like, oh, thank God it's over. Let's walk. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. So no, 5 o'clock in the morning. We go see the Trevi Fountain because nobody's there at that time. And then we walk back, and then we have to leave to go to Pompeii, right? So we catch our train at 8. So as we're walking by our hotel, because we walk back to our hotel from the Trevi Fountain, get our bags, and continue to Termini, which is a block away. We see this African dude laying on the ground in a blanket. It looks like he's shaking kind of. And then he gets up, and he's just beating his meat right on the street. I'm like, and my kid and Mickey, I'm like, oh my God, man. And so like I'll tell you this, I wouldn't stay by Termini Station ever. It's crazy there. It's absolute. You don't feel safe. And throughout Italy, I never felt. That was the only time where I could see it not being safe.
Yeah.
So here,
when I was there in 20,
I guess you missed Venice. My favorite.
Venice is the next trip.
Yeah, I agree. Especially around Vatican, there are so many Indian Africans trying to scam someone. Yes, and it's kind of true. Like those guys are the guys scamming you, but at the same time, I get it. I like people call them scammers, but you can talk them down in price, so it's not really. I don't know. They're just trying to make a living at the same time. If they can hustle a few people, good for them. But they're not. Just don't let them hustle you if that's what you don't like, right? But if you
Right.
appreciate their hustle and you want to pay an extra couple bucks for it, do it. Who cares, right? What do you think about that? What do you think about people trying to make a living like that?
Well, when I was there in 2019, like it was all over the news. They had that huge refugee issue.
Yeah,
There was like a port city, or it was like a seaside town that was like kind of welcoming them in, and they
yeah,
had just like a huge boom. And I forgot where they were coming from, but they were basically coming in on makeshift boats, and
yeah. They're
even in the
swimming
country.
there too. Yeah,
Yeah, they were swimming there exactly, and the Italian government was like, "Hey, we'll take you guys. Come on over," because it's like, "Hey, you know, we're it's a friendly society. They're definitely trying to help people. They've always been like that."
yeah,
Um, and you know, because definitely they were not treated well when they were coming to America, when they were trying to be refugees coming here. They were treated like shit. So,
yes.
but anyways, when we were
Oh,
there,
they were treated bad, especially in New York.
oh God,
Yeah,
everywhere, everywhere.
yeah,
And where I live in Northern California, it's a tiny mining town. They had like a whole huge Italian population that came here, and a lot of the places that you drive through, like you
yeah,
can tell, like, damn, this looks like Italy, like in the
yeah,
Tuscan Hills almost. And so
yeah,
they went where they were comfortable with. And there's like huge Italian history here. There's a couple of like old like diners
yeah,
that are like family owned that
yeah,
still kind of keep the tradition going and shit. But when I was there, I was like out in the countryside in Italy, out up near like southeast or northeast of Tuscany,
yeah,
where we stayed at this literally, it was all locals. Like
yeah,
there was no foreigners. But when you go to the grocery store, there were some
yeah.
guys, you know, definitely not
Trying
from,
to
you
get
know,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
from some other country, and they're like, "Hey man, can you get me some food? Can you get me some food?" And it was like, shit, this guy's not asking for money. He's asking for food. And
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, hold on. And like, I just went in and got like a bunch of shit. And so I'm like, all right, dude, here's like some flatbread. And he's like, oh, thank you. He was super thankful.
yeah.
But like,
See, so yeah, like that.
I'm always willing to help.
Yeah, like those guys. It's not like. See, that's like what I mean. Those guys aren't. It's not necessarily a problem. They're trying to survive, but a lot of them that take advantage of it are the ones that give them a bad name. There's some guys
Yeah.
literally just trying to make a living out there, you know, and then some guys are just trying to be greedy at the same time, and it's hard to
And you know, they get,
differentiate.
you're right. And you see them when they're out there, like they have like this, there must be some kind of location where they go
Yeah, and
and
pick
they
up all the
get like,
stuff.
well, they get like just generic junk that it's like, this
Yes,
is not made in
like
Italy. It's
this.
like yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
did you see the guy where it's like the collapsible bowl where it turns into a
Yes,
plate?
yes.
You see that? That's all over the place. And
Or
I
the
must have walked
frog.
by, or the frog. Oh,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
one of those in Costa Rica. It's like, so now they got him in Italy too. And it's like, what the hell is this? Who's making this junk and distributing it across the world?
Yeah.
But
It's
so the
like
guy,
that's like who has that business? That's
I know, dude, they
crazy.
must be making a killing
Yeah.
on the desperation of the people. But the guy with the collapsible plate that turned into a
Yeah.
bowl, I will never forget this. We walked by him because all we did was walk around. And I must have walked by this guy maybe 3 or 4 times. And he kept like, every time it's like, and I'm really bad at like not making eye contact. I'm always making eye contact with these fuckers. And they'll be like, so the second you make eye contact, it's like, hey, now they can engage with you kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so every time he'd ask me, and I'd be like, no, 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 no. And I would try to put on like a tough guy act. And
Yeah.
I think it was like the fourth or fifth time I walked by him, and he's like, "Are you happy in life?" And I'm like, "What the fuck kind of question is that? Like, aren't you trying to sell me
You
this
got
bull?"
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"What is this reverse psychology are you trying to put on me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I'm in Italy. I'm having the time of my life." And I'll just never forget that. But yeah, dude, these guys, they just try to sell junk. With the cops, and I think they're trying to like crack down on the scammers
Oh,
too.
dude,
Like,
I'll tell you the cops don't care, man.
they don't care now. When I was
No,
there, it seemed like they did care.
no,
It was
man, they
like
don't care.
you got the
You can
cops, and then you
literally,
got the military. Was the military around when you
yeah,
were
yeah,
there?
the military, yeah,
All
they're
over
all
the place.
around. But when you go up and complain about something,
They don't
they're
care.
like, "What do you want me to do?" Like, do something. I don't know. You're the cop. Well, what do you mean? What
Yeah,
do you want me to do? That's not. You're not supposed to be asking me. You're supposed to know what to do. You
they'll
know.
they'll definitely diffuse a situation if like
Yeah.
like you and the
Oh,
Spaniard
dude,
guy.
I know there's lots of. I know there's lots of stories. Like even Harold Balder has a video where he gets attacked by the scammers in Rome or in Florence or something, and the
And they
cops
didn't
say
do anything.
nothing.
Like,
Like
what are we
he's like, I
supposed
got
to
it
do?
on camera. He's like, I got it on camera. What do you mean? And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, we don't care. Like, what do you want us to do? It's not gonna. He's gonna go in jail for an hour and then come out. Like what?
yeah. The only thing I saw when we were in Venice, there was like the Venetian Police, and they look a little
Yeah,
different. They got like this. They just they got this crazy flamboyant uniform, and they look like some royal guards kind of shit. And I told you
yeah,
about the pigeon guy, right?
yeah.
And that pigeon guy was trying to scam me, and I was like, dude, get away from me, get away from me. And then out of nowhere, I see these Venetian police. He sees them, he books it, and like I just see them kind of speed walking towards that guy, and I'm like, okay, well, look, at least
Damn.
they're doing something. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I
Uh,
feel like it's just it happens all the time. They're just like, what do you want me to do? And there's do you want me to
yeah.
arrest this guy? He's gonna go out and he's gonna do it again.
Well, let's see what Kumar here. He says, anyway, presently the whole of Europe is fully booked. Good for tourism, first time post pandemic. And he's like,
Nice.
cops don't give a damn. And it's like, at the same time, it's like when the government lets all these guys in without jobs and without a plan,
Hmm.
that's what's going to happen ultimately. And what are the cops supposed to do? Arrest everybody? It's like there's only so many jails and so many charges and when you get charged for like tiny things like that, like a lot of people, the court is gonna throw it out because they don't want to do all the paperwork at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so it's a lot of It's not. I think it's unorganized, and that's what's good about Croatia. You don't have that unorganization about the way people are coming. Like it's very hard. Like for me to stay in Croatia, I'm Croatian. It's hard. It's hard
Right.
for me to get the paperwork done. And in Italy, it seems like you just have to eat spaghetti once and you're there, you know? And it's like, dude, I just ate spaghetti. He's like, yeah, you're basically Italian today then.
Hey, welcome to Italia. Huh?
Hey, look, yeah, I do this, you know?
So when you went to the Fountain de Trevi, like you mentioned that there was not a lot of people there.
Yeah, so you always see those Instagram videos, Instagram versus reality. And I was just like, and it's like, wah, wah, and it plays that stupid song. And it's like,
Yeah.
when I was there, we were like doing a whole bunch of photo shoots, video camera, because it's like we had the time, we had the
Yeah.
space, you know. So it's pretty sick. And it's like, and so I wanted to go back during the day to see the chaos around there, and we
Hmm.
never did actually.
We went
We had
there a
other
couple of
things.
times, and we went there a
Yeah.
couple of times where it was like we managed to get a picture, but it's crazy. They will shut it down. They will tell like they will shut down the fountain, and then they
No.
get some people to go in there and clean it. They do it like at least once a week kind of thing, or maybe
Mm.
I don't know what their time frame is, but
Yeah.
they were cleaning it while we were there, and they bust out this giant like pool cleaning thing, and what they're doing is they're collecting all the coins,
Yes.
and like every year they get 700,000 euros out of that fountain from motherfuckers just throwing coins in
Oh,
there.
dude, we tossed about €4 in that baby.
Right, dude? I mean, imagine all the tourists that go there and they'll be like, okay, well, I gotta throw the coin behind my back. It's
Oh,
just like,
dude, I'll tell you something funny. We didn't want to give euros up, right? We were in Spagna Square in Rome, and this girl was singing opera in the middle. We have it on video, right? And I'm gonna give it away though. It's pretty funny, I think. And so we have kunas, right? But we don't have euros. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw three kunas, which is like 20 cents Canadian, you know?
yeah,
It's like, so no, maybe 50 cents. Well, 50 cents, 50 cents, but at the end of the day, everything counts. But so everybody's probably giving her euros. I make Mickey go up and put it in the hat or whatever she had, or whatever it was. And she's like, oh my God, there's American bills, Euro bills. And we gave them three kunas. She felt so bad. I'm like, that's all we had on us. We didn't know some person was going to be singing opera, you know? But it's pretty funny. I'm like, oh, we got to film that. It's funny to me, you know?
hey, every little bit helps. Hey,
Yeah,
you
everybody,
helped
hey,
out.
yeah, 50 cents, 50
You're
cents,
gonna feel
man.
some
Welcome,
sense,
bro.
right? Exactly.
And it's
I'll
like, dude,
take it.
we're not rolling in cash to give her 100 fucking marks anyways, you know? So here, I wanted to plan a Croatian trip right now. Everything is at least 50% more. Hey, Kumar, if you want to come to Croatia, come to Croatia. I got 2 apartments. We can work out a deal, man. Come to Croatia, buddy. I live on
There you
Chiovo
go.
Island. DM me on Instagram. You have me on Instagram.
Shiovo Island.
Yeah, Chiovo Island. You got Trogir. You got the Solene, which is they have all the ruins and everything right by us here. You got the fortress. You got tons of fortresses here. It's like that's what bothered me about Rome and Italy in a general, because I couldn't help but think that if Croatia tried a little bit, they could have the exact same success as Italy with tourism, especially because I'm here trying to make tourism money now, right? We have the
Hmm.
house, we're trying to do tourism stuff, and it's like if they would uncover all the ruins they have lots of ruins by my neighborhood, but they're just still under the ground. They have a little bit of over the ground, but if they took them out and rebuilt them like Italy did,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, it'd be crazy here. There's a few like that, but there's like they could have like a whole city like Rome like that, and
Damn.
it kind of bothers me a little bit, but
Well,
it's
you
life.
also get a lot of tourism from like the European travelers, right?
Yeah, and European
European
travelers, there's
holiday. They're
yeah,
stingy.
yeah, yeah, they're stingy like Germans, like English are stingy a little bit. But I'll tell you this: a lot of Americans this year, a lot of Americans. Once you get
Yeah.
the Americans are good. The Canadians are the best because they're a little bit more friendlier than everybody. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like probably because I'm people think I'm saying it because I'm Canadian, but I've seen enough tourists to know which ones are good, which country. They're all basically kind of the same when they all come. The Germans love to party. The English get stupid drunk and they ruin things. So they're like especially young ones, not the old ones. Uh, the Americans are kind of usually backpacker type of dudes, and it's like
Right.
you don't backpackers are like the guys I don't want because it's like they're stingy as hell. They're traveling with no money, so
They're
it's
gonna
like
steal something.
yeah, they're like, oh well, you don't have the souvenir, so I'm just gonna steal a picture off the wall.
Uh,
Yeah,
that's a long. That's been a long thing running here in America. Like if you're traveling somewhere and they
yeah,
ask you where you're from, say you're from Canada. Put a
yeah,
little Canadian accent on because people fucking hate Americans, but they
yeah,
love Canadians.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
something my
It's
mom used
true.
to tell me.
Oh, it's true, man. When every time we travel, like even now, I still get, oh, you're American because the way I talk, I guess I have a little bit of American thing going on to some people, and it's like they're like, "Oh, you're from America," and even the border. Oh, we got an American here. You literally just see my passport. It said Canadian. What do you mean I'm American? And they're like, "Oh, you're a Canadian," and then there's so much their whole tone changes towards me. Oh yeah, we love Canada. I'll have a friend
See,
in Vancouver. It's like,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's like,
You can pull it off until you have to bust out your passport. I've done that a couple of times too. And even when they're like, "Well, where are you from?" I'll be like, "I'm from California." And they'll be like, "Oh, California, right?" Because if you
yeah,
say at least you're from California, they kind of like
yeah.
that. But if you say, "Oh, I'm from the United States," and be like, it's like got to play my cards right. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he says, "Wow, thanks for the offer, man, Kumar." Yeah, it's like in the summer, I have two apartments that are ready. I'll have four when we get everything renovated after this summer.
Bowden.
I got to do electricity for the whole house. I got to redo the electrical, so
Hmm.
that's like that's broke material right there. You know, what I mean? That's an expensive job right there. So like we're trying to make this YouTube thing happen. So we're trying to, if I get my residence here, like I hope I'm going Monday to the police to see what's up, what's really going on, and I'm gonna see if I can. I want to go to Turkey or Thailand next, and hopefully I can afford it to go. Thailand, I think, because I think if you go to somewhere like an Asian country, you your YouTube channel kind of grows faster because people like seeing that chaos, that of Asia. Like when you go into the wet markets or whatever, they like seeing like look at this. It's just so different from especially America and Canada. They love seeing like the chaos of it. Like Napoli, I love Napoli, man. Napoli was such a great city for me. It's just like there's no traffic lights, signs. People are just driving into each other. It's just like, where the hell am I? This is crazy down here, and I love it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, it's so dangerous down there. You're gonna get robbed. Oh, dude, I just lived in Argentina. What do you mean? Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, and it was tough too because like we rented a car.
salt
We
shakers.
landed in Rome. We took the train to Venice, and then we
Yeah,
rented a car in Venice.
yeah,
And you drive over this long bridge,
Yeah.
And just driving through places, it was crazy. And like I don't know the road signs, but
Yeah.
everyone's speeding, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna follow along. And I've drove in like a couple of different countries, and so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I was comfortable. Like I've
Oh,
driven in South America, now I'm
yeah.
driving in Europe, and it's like, all right, I could do this.
Oh, dude, in Croatia, the speed limit's 180 kilometers. And dude, I remember my first time here. I'm driving like 150. I'm in the right lane, right, going because it's slow lane. 150 slow, and so
Yeah,
I'm just going, and it's like, and so we're driving, and then these guys are just fucking probably going 220 at least, like it's maxing their cars out, because they're just little cars, but they're maxing them out, and they're flying by me, and I'm like, so this one guy flies by me about 40 minutes later because we're on our way to the airport. We see this guy, his car is upside down and they're all bloodied everywhere. And I'm like, well, damn, that's why there's speed limits. That makes sense. Yeah. And it's like this guy, he was alive. He was out like just dripping blood like Jesus on a cross. But I
oh
mean,
man,
yeah,
yeah, it's
it was
tough. It
kind of
happens
like,
everywhere.
should we stop and help this guy? No, look, he was on the phone, so he obviously had his own help going on. And it was just crazy. It's just like when you see that and then they crash, sometimes when you like see somebody driving like an idiot, in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, I don't want to say it now because that
Yeah,
happened. Like,
I saw a
well,
lady got hit in Rome. She was crossing the street. She's a tourist, and
damn.
because it's just crazy out there. It's so hectic, and it's just
Yeah.
like you gotta watch out.
Oh,
She's
dude, you got to
crossing the
go to
street,
Napoli.
being just, "Ooh, I'm in
Bam.
Rome," and it's like boom, and then she just like it was like right in front of us. We were like, oh fuck, and then she's got to get up, and she's this old lady too, and I'm like, she's got a busted hip now, and she's like, oh my god, I'm okay, and it's like, oh gosh, at least she's alive.
So this guy said my rental in Croatia was falling apart at 170. What? Can you
The rental
elaborate a
car.
little bit more?
Yeah, what
Oh,
kind of car
rental.
was it? Yeah,
Is it rental car?
it's got to be
Because rental apartment, I think apartment at 170.
rental apartment, or maybe his rental car was falling apart at 170 kilometers.
Oh yeah, yeah, falling apart. Okay, because yeah, okay, yeah.
The wheels were
There it
about to
is.
fall off.
Yeah, dude. We rented a car in Croatia because it's not the cheapest. When I first came to Croatia 2 years ago, you could literally rent a car for €7. Now it's 25, but that's still pretty cheap, like per day, but fully insured and everything. And ours was a great car. I like it. It's a great place. We go to this place in Trogir here. Eugene, shout out to Eugene. I love that man. Yeah, shaking. Damn. Yo,
The wheels were about to fall off, bro.
when you're driving so fast, the whole shit shaking. Like, damn. Oh,
Am I
damn.
gonna survive?
Yeah, you're not even thinking. You're like, oh, if I can just make it 5 more minutes, Damn. Yeah, but Italy, man, Italy next. Well, if I go to Italy, I'm definitely going to Bari next. We're going back to the Amalfi Coast next. We already have it planned out if we go again. I don't know when again will be, but we're going to Amalfi. We're gonna stay in Naples because I love Naples. It's my city.
Hmm.
And then we're going down to Sicily. I got to see South because the South is even crazier than Napoli. I heard that's my jam. I love that. I love that hectic. I love that like where it's just a little bit of life there. Not like all these tourists and like you go to Sicily and there's all these Italians fighting in the streets. Like that's my jam right there. Some guy
Hmm.
throwing horse meat at another guy for drinking his limoncello. That's my kind of stuff right there. I like that. And
Yeah.
that's why I like Turkey. I want to go to Turkey. I want to go to Thailand. I want to see all these crazy stuff. India. I got to go to India, but Mickey doesn't want to go to Asia yet. She'd rather stay in Europe or stay in Croatia.
Yeah, it'd be tough with Enzo
Yeah,
too. Like maybe
yeah,
when Enzo gets a little older,
yeah,
that would be a really cool experience for him. Because right
yeah.
now it's just these are going to be like little blips in
And she
his
doesn't.
memory, you know?
Yeah, and she doesn't like the food, the cuisine. So she does. And when she sees the video, because she
Oh.
gets like street food, it's not just like when we were in Italy. When you see a kind of a dicey looking place, like I'll order just to try it for video, and it takes a lot for her to try it.
Hmm.
So she doesn't have to eat at fancy. She'd rather cook it herself than eat somewhere where she doesn't trust it in her head.
No, that makes sense. You got to build up
Yeah.
to it, right? You got to.
And especially like, dude, you go to some of those Asian countries, you see the guys picking their nose, scratching their
Oh,
balls, and
well,
scooping rice with their hands. You're like,
dude,
damn.
there's like an ongoing joke on Instagram where it's like he's wearing a glove and they'll be like, "Oh, he's wearing a glove," or like you see like the fingers and they like make like the soda drinks and it's like got
Yeah.
some dirt under your fingers and shit or the ice and it's like, "Oh, man."
Yeah.
So that
So I want to.
it's awful.
So this guy said, do more food shit, eh? Canadian. So with the food stuff, I stopped doing a lot of food things because I felt like nobody wanted to see the food things because I could do food things all day. And it's like, I like to have a mix, but I did a lot of food things, like food videos, like just pure restaurant and pure street food. Well, I got the street food videos coming. I got fancy restaurants in Italy. I got like eggs. This guy knows. Um, and then
Yeah, what did you think of that? What did you think of eggs?
eggs is what did I think of eggs? Um, Mickey doesn't like eating raw eggs or caviar or truffles, and that's what all. That's basically what
Yeah,
eggs
did you
was.
they had like the squid egg.
Yeah, it's
I had
caviar
that one.
eggs. It's
I mean,
crazy. Yeah,
it is like it is a little refined, but
yeah.
I mean, just the experience itself,
Oh,
and
the
I
experience.
love
That's what
that
we
shit.
said. The experience was amazing,
Yeah,
but the food, we wouldn't like. The food wasn't like the eggs. Like we did the egg game. There's something called the egg game. You'll see it in the video. But
yeah.
hold on. Petro Tattoo says, "Oh, this is Johnny. Um, you back home or still in Italy? I'm about to send your package. Yeah, send it, man. I'm back home now. I'm back home." And yeah, so this guy actually, I want his. I'm a 1,000 subscriber. I was waiting for him to get close to 1,000 because I have 3 different accounts. So he was at 997. So I subscribed to all 3 accounts. I'm like, I'm your 1,000, bitch.
There we go.
And he didn't
Shout out
know, but
Petro.
yeah, shut up, Petro. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so let's get back to the eggs thing. We just had to read that quickly. So we did this thing called Eggs Game, and it's basically just a Russian roulette of eggs.
Hmm.
Basically, you get these eggshells, and they're in a carton, and they have the top zipped off with a fucking cutter, and and they put whatever. They kind of have the labels on it, but you can choose to read them or not to read them, and
Right.
just dive in, right? But we for the video we asked the guy what they were so we can explain it a little bit for the video.
Okay. Okay.
But it was like there's caviar, there's a bunch I can't remember them now, but I know caviar, truffles, and a few other ones, and like one was like Jello eggs. It was
Oh
crazy, man.
yeah, no, and
Yeah,
I
it
like how
tastes
they
like
have the
liquor.
story too. It's like the story of
Yeah.
the egg, where it's like the essence of everything that we make is based
Hmm.
on the egg, and it's like they
Yes.
respect the egg, and it's.
Yeah.
I,
It's like
I
egg
had a good
god.
time when I was there. I thought it was, and the carbonara there, like I kept reading, it's like they have like some of the best carbonara there. But then when you go
Yeah.
to the other local joints, like where like
Yeah.
maybe like where Michael referred you to,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Michele
that was
Ponte.
just as good.
Well, the place that Michele Ponte told me to go to, La Locanda del Di Boca or something like that, or Di Bacco. I forget
Yeah.
what it's called. And this place, I'll say the carbonara there. So our problem is this: when we go to these places, we order we order a few things so we can try it because it's our only time there. So we want to try a bunch of different things. So when we finally get to the main course, we're already jam packed in our bellies, right? So
Yeah.
we can't enjoy it. So like just like eggs, just like this place, we ordered a carbonara. We ordered what you guys like what Michele Ponte told us to order. We ordered it because we wanted to listen to him. We made a video. This is where Michele Ponte told us to go. So yeah, it better be good or we're gonna rag the hell out of them. So you got to see what happens there. And so we get there to the final meal. You're like, oh, we got the carbonara in our hands, right? We get there, we're looking at it, and we can't eat a noodle. We're like, oh man, I'm
Oh.
so yeah. And I'm trying to like enjoy it, but I'm so like they
Bloated,
eat.
full of beer. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, like how am I enjoying this? I'm
I'm
enjoying
like,
it though. Forcing
I'm
it
like, oh,
down.
I'm like, this is so good. And it's pretty funny, man. Run from runny eggs. Run from runny eggs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mickey doesn't like the yolk, the yolk mix, the raw yolk mix.
Oh
So it's
man.
like I don't know. I have no problem with it because we went to this place called Papagayo in Argentina. It was like the most expensive place there. It was like
Hmm.
the experience. There's a 13-course meal. 13 course. I never had that in my life until
Jesus.
I went there. So we're sitting there for 4 hours just eating, right? It's just like a whole, like when you plan this place, you got to have 4 hours to chill and eat. Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
Like,
that's unreal.
and we brought a baby. So it's like we didn't know where we get. So when I pulled up to that Papagayo place in Argentina, in Cordoba, Argentina, we get in there and I'm like, oh, it looks like a little. It's like, between buildings, and they just put a roof in the alley and then made it. You know how they do that with apartments now, kind of small apartments in the alleys of places. Well, that's what they did with this restaurant. So we get there, we're like, oh, it's not that fancy, I guess. But we open this door, and it's just the whole energy of the place is just super, super fancy. I'm dressed in like a t-shirt and shorts, and everybody's in suits, and it's like, and I get like when I went there, I'm like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't go here. I'm not ready for this. I'm like,
No,
oh
but
man,
hey, they treat you just like everybody else.
So we get in there. They take me to the cave where all the special wines. I'm like, oh, I want something like kind of expensive, but not so expensive. He's like, okay, and he shows me one, 250,000 pesos, which is like, that's a lot of money, right? And I'm
That's
like,
almost like, that's like what, $150
no,
US.
that's no, that 250,000. No, that's like 1,000. That's more than
Oh,
$1,000.
it is.
That's a couple.
250,000. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I think it was like 14, about $4,000, and I'm like, okay, I could buy 6 PlayStation 5s with that.
Dude, he thought you were balling because you come in, you
Yeah,
looking like the average Joe, and he's
yeah,
like, this guy's got money. This guy's rich.
yeah.
He's
And
not
I have
dressing rich.
and I have the camera, and I'm just like, and so I ordered one that's kind of expensive. That was like our most expensive time there. There's a lot of money there, and so we get there. It's beautiful, man. Oh, how's the beef in Argentina? Probably easily the best in the world, probably easily.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yeah, it's like you can't find a bad steak there. Like I've been to places like in Italy. We went to this place called Ristorante de Enzo. We went there basically off the name because Enzo,
Hmm.
and so we get there. It's just this one's super fancy. Like these guys, the way they're dressed, the waiters, and they're treating us because we're just like not ready to. This is another situation where we're just like in our street clothes. We're like come back from the Vatican sweating. Okay, let's just go to a restaurant and get out of here. We go there, super fancy. They treat us bad, kind of, because we have a baby, and it's like,
Yeah.
if people don't know this, when you go to fancy restaurants with a baby, they treat you
Oh,
different.
they
Yeah,
do. They totally
yeah,
frown upon it. They're like, they're gonna
yeah,
put you in the back where the
yeah,
fucking dogs eat because that baby
yeah.
may cry and it's gonna ruin their business, kind of shit. And someone's gonna write a bad review. It's not. It's I can see that.
Yeah, and it was like, and so that's what happened. They basically put us in the back, and it's like they took forever. They didn't even ask us how we wanted stuff. I asked for a steak, medium well, and I like it a little bit more cooked, but not fully well done, right? A
Hmm.
little pink, right? And so this guy brings me back, and they don't even cook the steak. It's like pure raw, and it has this sauce on it. I'm like, well, they're like, oh, you want? So I don't. I just look at it and I hit it with my fork. You can kind of tell that it's raw when you just hit it with your fork. They're like, oh, you want it more cooked without me cutting it. I'm like, how did you know I wanted it more cooked without me cutting it? You know what I mean? Of course I wanted more cooked. I don't even. That's what I was like. What's this? Do they do they age the meat there? They boil the prime rib in Croatia.
What? I've never heard
I
of
don't
that.
know. Prime rib. I don't know. I know they do pecca here, and it's like and they cook it in the barbecue under this steel metal
Yeah, like
belt.
it's like
Yeah,
hanging. I want to
yeah,
do a cookout like that
yeah.
here.
So yeah, in Croatia, well, we're building our barbecue out back. We're gonna do the whole pecca for guests and stuff like that.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah. Do they age the meat there? Where in Argentina or here they have aged meat.
They definitely dry age the meat in Italy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in Italy, they have a nice meat selection too because they buy meat because there's fancy ass restaurants there, so they have to.
Yeah, they got them
And
stored up and stuff.
yeah, the thing I like about Italy is like when you go in, same with Argentina. Anybody with good meat at a restaurant knows that you get to see your meat before they cook it. So it's in these fridges, and you get to see it, and it's
Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah, in Argentina, they actually don't smoke meat really. Like you can't
they
find
sear it.
beef jerky. Yeah, they're like, why would we ruin a perfect good beef and make it into beef jerky? Like, yeah, yes. I'm like, I like beef jerky, but yeah, I
What did
dig
you
it.
think of the time? What did you think of like the time frame that they were like open and close? It's like everything's only open in like late at night,
Oh,
or like
dude, I'll tell.
the
Yeah,
cafes are open early, then they close for like 4 hours to the day, and then
I
they're
think
open in the
I
evening.
think because of the pandemic, Italy changed it up a little bit because they're like, oh, okay, this is we got to make money now. So
Oh,
they
really?
so a lot we never really because we were expecting to see the siesta or whatever you want to call it during the day, where it's because that's all we heard was 4 hours during the day, everything's closed. It wasn't really like that. It wasn't it it wasn't really like that. I don't I can't remember seeing it. We went to like we seen like really local places and we seen the touristy places are like so expensive, man. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like I'll put it in perspective like this. So Aperol Spritz in Naples, which is not so touristy, right? We went to
Hmm.
Naples and we had Aperol Spritz, €2. €2 it cost. We go to Rome, €18.
You're kidding.
€10, 18. Like some places were 18, some places were 10. And it's like we never found one under €10 in Rome. It was like, and I was just like, damn, that's for one drink, bro. It's for a drink I don't even like. I'm just drinking it because I'm in Italy. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Not I didn't have one of those when I was in Italy. Like I had one for my first time ever, like at a bar down the street here, and
Yeah,
and I was like, this is all right, but I feel like the one in Italy is going to be a lot better, and I was like, missed
yeah,
out on it.
dude. Yeah, I'll say this. I'll say this. I like I like Croatia, like, but there's nothing like Italy, kind of, but in a way, Croatia would be the better place to live and to go there more than once because it's like Croatia, for one, is way cheaper and it's like kind of the same, except for obviously you walk around and you see history everywhere. It's like that part is unmatched anywhere around the world in Italy. You can't get that anywhere else. Italy is one of a kind like that, but like to go there, let's say for a month or 2 months without a job and trying to just save money, you're better off going to Croatia. You get, for one, the beaches, the water is better in Croatia. It's cleaner,
Yeah,
and overall, it's safer in Croatia and it's way cleaner. Italy is dirty,
yeah.
dirty.
It. When I was there, it was like, ugh. You could see it's getting overpopulated. The
Yeah,
tourism. It's just,
dude,
it is
garbage
getting dirty
everywhere.
everywhere, everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I wore these. So I have these pink kind of shoes. What is it? The like loafers kind of, and they're like white and pink, so they're light colors, right? I wear them when I go to when I walk through town in Croatia because they're nice and comfortable, and I like them. They're kind of like nicer than a running shoe, right?
Hmm.
And so I wore them maybe for 3 months here in Croatia. Never got dirty. I wore them in Rome for a week.
Trashed.
Black, black, all black, just walking on the streets. That's
Yeah.
that's insane to me. Yeah, like the water in Croatia is unmatched. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. The water, the beaches, like I'll say, the people. Okay, the people in Italy, they have the whole tourist thing on lock, where they know they have to be nice to tourists. So they
Hmm.
seem like a little bit. I don't know if it's a mask and a fake thing they put up where they're really nice, but they seem like they're more friendlier than people in Croatia. Like Croatian people are more standoffish. When you see them, you don't know if they're friendly until you start talking to them. Then they're super friendly because they look like they're kind of pissed off all the time, and the way they talk is kind of loud and mad. But
Yeah.
same with Italians. When Italians talk to each other, Mickey's just scared because she thinks they're all fighting each other. It's like, oh my god, there's a fight. Yeah. And
It's just
that's just
super
like, yeah,
expressive. It's like that's how they communicate. That's how they've
yeah.
communicated for thousands of years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and here's the same. Like Croatian language is kind of like an angry language sounding kind of, and it's like they look all mad, but they're
That's
really nice
Slavic
to each other.
language.
Yeah, it's like you're scared. It's the bad guy in the movie language. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. And so like there's a lot of comparisons, but like comparisons on a different level. Like sure, they compare to each other a little bit. I can see it, but Italy's up here, Croatia need some work. I'll tell you. Like if they want to get that tourist money, the government has to try a little bit harder in Croatia because I feel like they could do it big here. and the government's just not doing it.
Maybe they don't want it to blow up like it did in Italy, because like maybe it's kind of had a negative effect on like the local
Yeah,
economy, the actual locals trying to make it, right? Because then
yeah.
you got all these people coming in from other countries, right? From India, from Africa, from China, and it's like, and then they're the ones that start running the town, and so maybe they're like, hey, we don't want that. Who knows? Maybe there's a decision that was made
Oh,
to kind of prevent it from growing.
I like the fact that they have guards at the border and they beat people trying to sneak in. I like that. It's
We
true.
need
It's
to do
like
that here in the U.S.
no, but it's like this. It's like
No, I'm just kidding.
okay, but it's like this. It's like I'm saying that like kidding, half kidding, kind of. It's like why would you want? For one, I get it. Your country's bad, but why would you want to escape your country to come to a country and just be homeless and be disrespected on the street? That's what's gonna ultimately happen. If you leave your country, just have a plan, man. Have a
Yeah.
plan. Don't go there and just think everything's gonna be easier because you're in Italy. It's hard. It's a hard one to tackle, man. Because it's like here you don't see that people. You just don't see it, and it's like because they don't allow it to happen. And it's like I said, it's even hard for me to get my visa here. It's very hard. Drug
Well,
dealers getting in it
sometimes
towards.
they're leaving like a terrible situation to where it's like me struggling on the streets in Italy is going to be better than me getting beheaded in my home country.
Yeah, it's better, but it's like at the same time, is it? It's like, dude, sometimes just go to the next country, not all the way to Italy, in a whole new country. It's like, why don't you just try the
Where you
next
don't
country
speak the
over?
language. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't speak the, it's like,
yeah,
keep going,
it's
go a couple borders so you can find it.
yeah. This ain't the one. This ain't the one, bro. It's a decent plan, but it's not that one plan. And I don't know. I think that's a hard thing to tackle, and I think because let's put it this way. On the other hand, you got a country like Croatia, where it's struggling to find people to work and fill up their country because all the young kids are leaving to get better jobs in Germany. So their population's going down, which is going to screw the economy later on after when it's trying to grow. And you can't, it's just impossible to find workers and stuff, right? And so, like, you kind of got to let foreigners in to work.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's hard to vet who you should let in and who you shouldn't let in. So it's a very hard issue to tackle and do it properly. I
it's a
don't
hard
think
balance.
Italy yeah, I don't think Italy did it properly. That's just my opinion.
Well,
And
that's what's happening over there too, right? Like all the
yeah,
all the young generation is they're leaving. They're going to other
yeah,
countries. They're going to like Americanized kind of schools. They're learning English at a young age so they can go out, and then they have a problem with all the empty homes in Italy. Like,
yeah.
have you heard about that program where you can buy a house for €1? Have you heard about
That's
this?
crazy. No, that'd
So
be crazy.
you can buy a house for €1, and it's usually like, let me see if I can look it up. $1 euro houses.
Well, I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay.
$1 euros.
$1 euro. Here we go. I'm gonna show you here. So you can buy a house for €1,
Dang.
and let me share my screen and show you because I wanted to bring this up because there's so many like places that are like in ruins that are just dilapidated, and here we go.
That's
Check this
crazy.
out. So
Let's see this.
let me see here. So you can buy it for €1, but then you have to promise to like bring something back into the economy, right? Like either something that was there existing or something for like something for tourism, right?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yo, Oxy Miob. Yeah, do I know this guy? Because he's like drug dealers getting into tourism.
So let's see
Let's
here.
see
Yeah,
this.
like see, look at these like this is where the town is, and it's like in a tiny little shack, right? And it's, let me see here. If I click
Beer
this,
time.
I have to change it to the other here we go. but it's in like these kind of towns like this
Yeah, it's
because
beautiful though.
it is it's absolutely beautiful. But what happens is grandma and grandpa, like, to get this back up to like code or like make it safe
Yeah.
to live in is going to cost you bread. So that's why a lot of these places are like super super cheap.
Yeah.
And there's an issue where, like, the grandparents will leave the house for the kids, and the kids are like, I don't want it. This place is junk. And so they
That's
have
crazy.
they have an issue where it's like they have all these like abandoned towns, tiny little places that, like, they can't somehow seem to get people to like to live in them. And so what they did is they're like, okay, you can buy it for €1, but you have to promise to invest, I think it was like $10,000 within the first year into the
That's
house
crazy. Yeah.
to rehabilitate it. And then you have to promise to bring, like, you have to like make something like a business out of it. Like, you have to bring something that is going to generate tourism or something that is going to generate money, kind of thing.
It's like this though. If you, the government, don't know how to do that, how the hell am I supposed to do that?
That's true. I mean, but at the same time, it's like, look, I'll do it. I'll take that risk. You know. Let's see here. There's some of
Oh,
these.
dude, you can just buy a
Look at
house in.
this. What is this? This is probably a picture of like the town, like what you're not
Yeah.
buying this here for
No.
€1. No way.
No. But you can buy a house in Croatia in the north for like $150 or something crazy like that, and it's like a nice, like decent house.
Yeah,
I
man. So
found
this
a
is my backup plan. I'm going to move to Italy when I'm fat, old, and retired, and I got,
That's it,
you
eh?
know, yeah, that's
You
it.
got you got that noodle money ready to go.
I got the noodle money ready to go. This is my backup plan. I'm
Yeah,
going to
my
move to Mussolini.
uh, my my uh my dream as it from 13 years old was to move to Croatia, and I moved here, like I said last time, without a
Hmm.
plan, like without nothing, and and it somehow worked out. And it's crazy. Like, I don't speak the language, nothing. And I'm by myself. Well, now I have Mickey and the baby, but before I was by myself, well, with Kraken. Isn't that?
How's Kraken
And
doing?
he's beautiful. He's outside chilling in the garden.
Nice.
What do you think about that? Now my house is like 1.4K. Yeah, see, something crazy like that. It's like you can buy a house up north, and it's pretty decent for like $1,000 or something like that. And
Dude,
it's
I
like,
would I would jump on that in a second.
yeah, that's what. After we get this one up and running, we're gonna look for a second option in a city that we think is gonna take off in the
Hmm.
future. But I don't know. It's like a guessing game, It's like, is it? Isn't it? You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I am hungover. I got to get a little hair of the dog going.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna grab beer.
Yeah, you're doing okay, bro. Thanks. 100 mil. Yeah, man. So, what? You're from Zadar, you said, buddy? Oxy, Mr. Oxy. Hey, this guy. His name's Oxy.
Oxy,
Oxymar, right?
Oxymio,
Uh, yeah, it's a. Yeah, well, I'll
little
call him
silver,
Oxymar.
little silver bullet hair, little silver
Broski,
snooters.
brewski time,
Yeah.
brewski time. Yeah, dude. I love, like, yeah, me a fool. Yeah, yeah. So I love making videos, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, it's frustrating, obviously. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? When shit doesn't go your way or something, or when you think something happens and something doesn't happen, it's very hard. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I took it kind of easy making videos and posting them, because for a while there, I was like, this shit ain't working, so I kind of quit without quitting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, gave up a little bit. Like, I went up for like a month at least without nothing, and I was just like, fuck, I can't just throw it away. And then now I'm back into it. Like, it's like every time I go on a new adventure, I like to do it. But when it doesn't work out, like your ideas, and when you see like other, like, dude, I have to stop thinking like this, but it's hard. It's like when you see other people that make videos, and then you see 100K or something, you're like, how the fuck does that video? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
how? and you kind of you have no choice but to get jealous. It's like, and it sucks. But I'm just telling you the truth. That's how I feel sometimes when I see there's a few
Yeah.
people like that, and it's like I don't get it. Like they have to be buying something, you know?
It's got to be the image, and I think even Harold Balder, like he makes a joke about it, be like the thumbnail joke, right?
Yeah,
You're like, oh, well, I got to get the thumbnail here. Here we go. And I think that is actually pretty true. Like, it's what is people are so quick to be like,
yeah,
they're looking for that 30-second like entertainment, right? And then
yeah,
eventually like, okay, let me check this out. And then eventually they're hooked and they're like watching a whole hour of it,
yeah.
right? And it's like it's got to be, they are judging the book by its cover.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Where Harold Balder and Baldwin Bankrupt are lucky is that they got popular before became oversaturated. So
Mm,
now they're working off their brand. So people already invested their time into him. So you to get time people to invest your time into you is the hard part. So it doesn't matter what they put out. Like like me to me it does because like when I watch Harold or Bald and Bankrupt, some videos like people will watch the whole video all the time just because it's them. It doesn't matter what they do. It's
right.
just because who they are, and that's the difference. Like he can before when he put Tim K and Bald and Bankrupt on, they blew up. Boom, Tim K, Bald and Bankrupt is more popular than Harold now, right? And Tim K
Well, if
isn't,
you
but he's
combine
still
them,
popular. No,
I don't
no,
know.
Bald and Bankrupt has more, I think, more subscribers than Harold now.
Well, yeah, and he's also got like he's got multi channels too. He's got like
Yeah,
the Daily Bald, right?
but then again, it's like I used to think like if I just had that push by somebody, if I just became friends with somebody, this is how I used to think like, oh, if I just had this push by somebody, I need this push. And so at the beginning, I always used to be friends with all these guys just in case, like, oh, I can get in one of their videos one time when we traveled together. Now I
Right.
don't really think like that. Like I'm friends with like Harold, and I don't really care to be in a video because I see sometimes it would crush me even more if I was in a video of a guy with that stature and I didn't blow up. Like I see lots of guys in his videos
Mm,
and and it doesn't blow up. They don't blow up. Like it's not the same
yeah.
as before because they're invested in what he has to say. They don't give a hell what the side character has to say sometimes, unless you're that side character that's always in the video. If you're just in it once or twice, no one's gonna care.
And then it happens too much, right? Then every time
Yeah,
it's like somebody's in one of those videos or
yeah.
like maybe like in a segment, and then before you know it, it's
Oh,
like, hey, go follow them on Instagram, and then before you know it, now they're making their own channel, and it's like,
yeah.
if as long as you do that grind and you grow it organically, you're gonna win.
Oh,
Like
dude.
it's gonna happen eventually.
Oh, dude. That's where like a lot of people I know. I'm not gonna mention any names, but almost everybody I know, they've bought some subscribers or views or all of them, all of them. I don't know
Right.
all of them, and I'm the only one that I just put it out and hope for the best. And you can tell. You can look at my videos. Some of them have 1,000. Some of them have 30. Some have 100. Some I don't push them. It's like if they catch on, they catch on. If they don't, it sucks. Sometimes, like I'll tell you this. Sometimes when I think I have a really good video, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite video I've done, and it doesn't. Nobody watches it. It's like, what the fuck? Because then I just put out 50 more videos after, and that one kind of gets lost in the pile. But it's like, and it bothers me so much. It's like I really tried on that one. I really thought it was good. It was funny. It was entertaining to me, and it's just like, it's just like when you look at the analytics on YouTube, they only like 100 people get to see that because that's all YouTube pushes that video. I was like only 100 people, so 50 people clicked it. So only 100 people got the chance to click it. I'm like, well, isn't
Mm.
that some? So I complained to YouTube. I said after I complained to YouTube, I stopped getting the pushes because I was like, how
Oh,
are you
what?
gonna let? Yeah, I was like, how are you gonna? I'm like, I'm here doing it consistent all the
Yeah.
time, and then you're gonna give some new guy because he's friends with this guy as a push. I'm like, that's absolutely insane. I'm like, that's not cool. And
Well,
then
it may not hurt to do a little, brushing up on SEO, right? Trying to become yourself, trying to just market yourself with like search
Yeah.
engine optimization stuff. And
Yeah.
if you just kind of do a little bit of homework,
Yeah.
maybe that'll pay dividends in the long run. But that
Oh,
may be
dude, it's hard. It's
it
hard to
is it
figure
is
out
so
what.
hard, and that shit costs money. Like you got
Yeah.
to have money to be able to kind of to get that to where it's like you do show up. Like when somebody types in like, oh, Rome, Italy, or like Pantheon,
Yeah.
like they want to watch a video on the Pantheon, and like to have you pop up there,
It's
it's
hard.
it
That's
is
difficult.
because
Dude, just think about how many people do Pantheon videos or whatever videos.
right.
And then they put all the ones with the more views up. So it's very hard to get up there unless if like it's like this. The only way you can get up there is if you're connected. That's the way the life is, though. That's the way life is with everything. I used to get mad at these little things, but now it's like it's annoying, but it's like
You're just
whatever.
used to it now.
No, yeah, it's just part of the game. It's just what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Sit there and get mad? If you're not happy with it, just quit. It's easy, just quit, right? And so like that's what that's why I almost quit. I was like, I don't care anymore. It's not even worth my time. But it is because I like doing it, and it's like I'm just gonna give up because I'm not making as much money as the next guy or whatever. It's like nah, man. I actually like doing it. It makes me happy to do it, so I don't care. And it's like
Yeah.
that's what Mickey told me. She's like, you love doing it. What like your podcast? You were so happy to do it. It was fun for you. I'm like, yeah, but it's like it felt like it was hurting my channel more than anything because we were going off on these rants about nothingness and like I played the bad character, so I'd say a bunch of bad things. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard one, and it's like someone like every business, if something's not working, you got to break it down and build it up again, right? That's
Right.
business. Cool. Yeah. So like people are like, why? Since you already nuked your videos, like by talking about all the past stuff, all your past stories in your life, I'm like, well, that shouldn't be an issue because that's like an autobiography. Those are my stories in my life. So I don't understand why you can't tell that. But that now that I've grown in this a little bit, it's like so I have a second channel. It's called Mickey and Joe Travels or something. And I'm
Mhm.
going to start building that up a little bit more and see if that gets more popular faster. Because if that started booming before this channel, obviously I nuked it. And it's like, so rebranding, I'm trying to kind of rebrand it right now.
And I think it's like what's important to you is sometimes not important to other people, right? And so
Yeah.
and then, I mean, imagine watching somebody else, like put
Yeah.
yourself in somebody else's shoes where it's like a different situation where someone's talking about their
Yeah.
past, and it's a lot, and
Yeah.
it's like it may be important to you, but
But I'll tell you this, those videos were my most popular ones.
right.
So like at the same time, like I had at the beginning, everybody said that they love my story videos instead of my travel videos.
Hmm.
And it's like the same videos that made me 1,000 subs are the same videos that are holding me back after 1,000 subs now. You
Yeah,
understand?
it hits like a limit to
No, well, it's not that. It's because I changed my. So, and another thing YouTube does is like when I watch TV, this is the way I think. When I watch a TV, I change the channel because I don't want to watch the same thing again. Like if I'm watching a season, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sick of this season. I'm going to change to the next season. Instead of changing the channel, I'm like, why don't I put everything on my channel so it's not always the same freaking thing? Like it's not always a food show. It's not always just travel. You do little comedy stuff. You do this. You do a podcast. You do talk show. You talk sports. And that was my whole thing. Instead of having a whole bunch of different kind of TV shows on one channel, but the way YouTube works is they don't like that.
they want you to keep doing the same thing,
yeah, and
day
then
in and day out.
start a new channel so you can have. So if you have a podcast, you have a podcast channel. And if
Right.
you have so that's basically what they want to do. But it's like, why would you want to sit there and watch the same thing when you could have all the different types?
Think about it like an actual TV show. What if they were still playing Seinfeld today? Who the fuck would be watching that? It would be awful, right? If Friends was still, if they were on like the 30th season of Friends, who the hell would be watching that?
That's exactly my point. It's like when you have NBC or whatever, CBC or whatever the fuck, and any TV station, they have different shows on the same channel. That's what I was trying to do, except for I'm Eddie Murphy in this case, and I'm playing every character.
No, you're Medea. What's his name? What's that one?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. No, I know exactly what you're saying though, and I
and
can
and
definitely
and
feel that.
and
Yeah.
people's minds are so weak that they don't have that built in them. They like you said, it really takes like 30 seconds. It's like they only want to like because TikTok and Reels
Oh,
in
it's
shorts,
ruined
they
it.
don't. Yeah, ruined it. They nobody like me. I think I don't know how you do it, but I sit there and I watch the whole video on YouTube every single time. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter if I'm kind of bored because I know there's gonna be a good part somewhere in there, and like maybe because that's the I create videos, so it's like I kind of know how it works. It's like, and people are like, why don't you cut off a lot of the words? It's like sometimes when you're telling a story or like talking about something, you can't just cut off everything, and then just a whole bunch of shit together. That's the way I feel. It's like, why would I cut the story part out of it? And well, it's like because let's face it, when you watch like some, the slideshows of videos, they have like 50,000. It's like just slideshows of different videos with music playing. I hate those videos, but they're really popular. Just videos with music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and those are very popular. Like Positano, and it's just videos with music, and it's not a vlogger, no one talking, or just a guy walking with or 4K walking down the street, and it's just
Yeah, I actually do like those where it's like somebody walking and it's like the 4K
yeah,
video.
but
I'll watch the whole thing because it's like you feel like you're there. But you're right.
yeah,
There is something about like the top five, right? That
yeah,
top five most epic.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah, and you can't even talk. Like you can't even talk to me. It's like it's just annoying. It's like I want to see what they're doing. I like people talking. I don't care if they sound stupid or not. Like this I watch like a lot of vloggers. I don't know half their names anymore because, and it's like some of them. Like I watched tons of Italian ones before I went to Italy, and it's like some of these guys I never heard of, and they have like fuck a million subs, 500,000,
yeah.
60,000. It's like, dude, and they're so bad. Some of these guys, and it's like the one guy literally. Well, Kurt Kaz. I'll say Kurt Kaz. He's a huge one. You know him?
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
He literally copies everything Harold Balder does, and it's just like, dude. And same with this other guy. I don't know. He's like some
I gotta
German
look him
guy.
up real quick.
Kurt Kaz.
Oh yeah, Kurt Kaz.
Yeah,
I've seen him. I actually, and, I actually do enjoy watching his videos because there's something about watching a foreigner
yeah,
that it makes it more, and it's all about the aesthetics. It's like
yeah,
what is aesthetically pleasing, and it's like
yeah.
watching somebody
See
who's
me, I don't like
like
that
a
guy.
foreigner,
I think
right?
he jacked Harold's style, and it's like, but
I
I
thought
don't
so
like it.
too.
Like, he definitely does. Everything's based off like all his little sayings and everything. He's like, oh,
There's
I'm
also
gonna
somebody
invade.
else too that gets brought up too. Have you seen the sabbatical guy?
Oh yeah. So I'll tell you something about sabbatical.
Okay,
So sabbatical, he was actually gonna meet up with me in Argentina, and that would have been my first like
cross
big
plat like
yeah. So
joining the
I was
yeah.
actually because I was leaving in May, and he was gonna be back after May. He's like, "Oh, let's do a video together. We can go walk around." And he's like, "I enjoy it, whatever." And it could have been nice. And and a lot of people were hating on that because I told a few people, and they're like, "Oh, that guy sucks. He's this and that." I was like, "Yeah, I get it." I'm like, but you know what I mean? What am I supposed
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do?
Hey, it's a business decision.
You know what I mean?
And that
Dude.
happens, dude. There's so many things like even in my line of work where it's like there's a lot of shit that happens that I don't agree with, but I got to go with it, right? And
Yeah.
it's like you got to treat it like it's a business. And
I
sometimes you
know.
got to make those kind of decisions.
And a lot of people are like this is like to me they always mention that Harold thing. They're like, why don't you try to push for Harold to meet? It's like, dude, if I meet up with Harold, we're just meeting up as buddies and we're not filming anything. We're gonna hang
Yeah.
out. I don't wanna I'm not pushing like it's a friendship. It's like it moved on to like a friendship now where it's like it's not like that. Like it's like whatever. If we film, we film. If it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously coming from my position, I have I have everything to gain from that. He has nothing to gain from it, So that's just reality of it. And
Yeah.
but I would never push for that. And it's like people don't understand that. It's like when you kind of have a friendship or something, you don't really think about that stuff. I don't know. Especially it changes the relationship when you business. You don't have business with your buddies.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It always kind of ruins it. Like the second you go
Yeah,
into business, like even going into business with your family, it
yeah,
always gets fucked up. Like something bad
mm,
will happen. But
yeah,
I think that making those kind of meetups and those connections is what
yeah,
gets you ahead.
yeah, yeah. At the same time, like a stupid tourist, he's starting to blow up. I think he'll blow up because he does he has a niche kind of, and he does a scam things. It's like uh yeah, like he'll I think he'll blow up. I think he'll blow up. Like this year, I think he doesn't think so, but he's at 10K. I think he'll get 50K this at the end of this year. I think so. I think so. He
We'll
should.
see.
He's going to Asia. He should. I hope. Like, and it's at the same time. Like me and him are buddies, and we could meet up anytime. But when me and him meet up, if he comes to Croatia, we're probably not going to film.
Right. We're not
We're
gonna
probably
we're not
just
gonna
gonna.
make a video out of
Yeah,
it. We're not,
yeah,
and then it makes it
yeah,
weird, right? You're like, okay, well, hey, what are we gonna film today? It's like, dude, why don't we just
yeah,
hang out? It's like, hey, we're just buddies.
yeah. It's like, dude, it's like the first date. We're not gonna just start mucking. We're not just gonna first contact, muck. Yeah.
Right.
No, but it's that same time, like we probably both like his content's so different from mine. Where like I'm kind of like more like a family, kind of, kind of family, kind of not family because I still say some comments and I swear I'm not the regular family couple YouTuber where it's like, oh, this is so great, and everything's so amazing all the time. I'm like, we get mad at each other in the videos and we say,
Yeah.
I make crude jokes probably and all that kind of stuff. And that's where like that's another thing where I try to do. I'm like I want to be like the honest couple where we're like saying stuff that is real. That's really well, like everybody's like, why do you make yourself look like an asshole to her sometimes? It's like because sometimes when you disagree, why would I cut that part out? Or if we
Right.
disagree, that's the part of
Just being
traveling.
me.
Yeah,
Just being me. And it's like, yeah, and honestly, like, yeah, it's like that. I think it's like that with any relationship. But it's like when you're with your friend and they're like yelling at their mom, and you're like, how could you talk to your mom like that? But it's like, hey, dude, it's like
oh,
you're calling the
dude.
kettle black, dude. I'm sure you talk to your, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been some times where you've yelled at
Oh,
your mom
dude.
too.
Yeah, dude. I've never yelled at my mom or said anything bad to her, but my one buddy, I'm not gonna say his name. I went over there, and I'm not. I don't do this, right? My brother used to yell at my mom because he's a little bit spoiled and stuff. But
Right.
I never yelled at her like, "Oh, you fucking bitch" or something,
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
ever like that. Right.
No, and this guy's like, so I'm there, and this guy's like, "Yo, he's like, yo, he wants to try pudding, a Yorkshire pudding." I'm like, in my head, I don't really care too much. I'm like, oh, if it happens, it happens, right? And she's like, oh, but we don't have that. We don't have any pudding. We only have the small ones. He's like, what the fuck do you think this says? He wants a fucking pudding. And I'm
Ma,
like,
get the meatloaf.
and I was just like, yo, dude, I actually don't want the pudding.
I'm good now. No pudding for me, dude.
I'm like, don't worry about it, miss. I'm cool over here. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, I'll
And,
do it. I'm like, no. Yeah.
and that's probably the dynamic, right? And it's like, and then again, when somebody's like, hey, why do you treat Mickey like that? It's like, dude, you don't understand the dynamic. It's like, you're
Oh,
only
dude.
seeing like a sliver of it, and you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, behind
No,
the
but at the
curtain.
same time, people underestimate the realness of stuff. People love reality
Yeah.
TV, so why would you cut off and make it look like it all is peaches and cream? Nobody wants to see that all the time. You know how annoying couple vloggers are when they're
Or
just
just,
getting
oh
along?
my God, it's just all like, dude, those are the worst. Like, and
Yeah,
there's so many of them where it just seems so candid, and it's like they're
yeah.
forcing it, and there's no, it's
And
like, oh, like the whole time, and it's like, I hate that. I hate
yeah,
that.
that's why me and
I don't
Mickey,
watch those videos.
yeah, me and Mickey, we make fun of each other and and it's like I say things like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like when she mispronounces something, we laugh at it or something. It's just
Yeah.
like that's the way it is. I think I don't know. I like that better instead of just cutting it out and making it all look perfect. Like, oh, everything is perfect. Traveling is easy with a couple, and it's like when
Oh
you
God,
travel
yeah,
with your
right. Are you
girlfriend.
kidding me?
When you travel with your girlfriend, everybody knows. Everybody knows there's a fight brewing.
There's
You
always a
know.
fight, dude. There's always a fight, and the people that are trying to like document and film it, it's like they're gonna cut that out. They're gonna cut out the
Yeah.
fight. You know, they're
Yeah.
gonna cut out the anything that like, you know, any negative interaction.
Disagreement.
It's like no, let's leave it. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it raw.
That's why like Nikki, she's more when we're trying food and stuff, if you notice in the videos, she'll say she doesn't like stuff more
She's
than me.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And me, I'm like, oh, it's just I'm
Just
like, it
say,
seems
just
like
go
you
along
don't
with
like
it. Just make sure you like. Yeah.
it. I'm like,
I
it
don't
seems like
care
you
if you
don't
don't
like
like it.
anything. Just eat the damn pudding. Eat the damn pudding. I'll shove pudding down.
Shut
No,
your
but
mouth and eat the pudding.
at one point, I used to encourage. I'm like, okay, we're gonna fight here. If you want to say anything you don't
Damn.
agree with me, just yell at me. And she's like, and she can't do it. And it's like we can't be over the top mean to each other either. But I would let I like I'm like if we don't like it, we got to say we don't like it. Don't just try to.
Right.
But me, when the camera comes on, I hide it. Everybody's guilty of it. I think when they vlog, you hide it a little bit. You know that you
Yeah.
don't like something, especially like like eggs for example. The one egg, I'm like, oh, this one was great, and it was awful though. Like just the one egg, it was like egg alcohol or something. It was wild, and I was like, I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck that was, but it's like at the same time, if you're more honest, it would work. But even carbonara, like everybody's going nuts about that, and we had carbonara everywhere, and I just didn't see the big. I don't see the big deal about it.
Yeah. It's just some greasy noodles,
And
but it's
like
good. It's
like
definitely
yeah,
good. It's
no,
something you have to experience while you're there.
like
But you know,
like
maybe once.
you, Ponte, my mom, everybody that I know, oh,
Shit.
carbonara,
Oh,
and I'm just like this. I
guilty.
don't, yeah, I'm like, I don't see that. I don't see the deal.
I don't see it. Hey, it's just some bacon, egg, and noodle. What is
Oh,
this?
but dude, this one dude, Francesco Rocci, he told us to go to this place called Pizzeria Bonci, and it's by the Vatican. And we took the metro all the way there just one day just to take it. We went to the Vatican, went for like the last day we went for a little snooze actually because the baby was tired, so we just chilled a little bit. And I went to the market and stuff by myself, and just to get just to walk. And we took the metro all the way back to the Vatican just to go to this pizza place, because I promised the dude we'd go there. And I had no expectation. I'm like, okay, another one of these. I'm just doing it, whatever. And it was just a pizzeria. I'm like, okay, another pizza, right, kind of deal. So I'm like, we get there. Wasn't this the damn best pizza I've ever had? I was like, damn. I'm like, damn. We paid 20 euros for 4 slices of pizza, 4 little squares. And I'm like, oh shit, this is expensive, man. 20 euros for a little square? Give me a break. Right? And so, but
changed your life.
Yeah, but we touched it, and I'm like, I'll never eat pizza like this again.
I know. Right? It's impossible to find it. And there's something about that where it's like the flour they use, the water they use, everything. And there's a pizza joint up here a couple hours away where he gets his flour and his water imported from Italy because he's like, you can't get the same consistency with the shit we have here in the States. Yeah,
Dude,
I'm like, I'm all about that.
But I'm telling you this, when you go to New York, when you go to Toronto, when you go to Hamilton, you have the pizza and you have those local joints that make pizza, the pepperoni pizza. There's nothing like that around the world. They're like those pizzas, like the Canadian pizza is like one of my favorite pizzas in the world. Is that sounds crazy, you know? Like I've been to a lot of places like Argentina, Croatia, Italy, just that one place was like over the top, like that was the best place. Yeah, that one place, yeah. And it's like, but that Canadian pizza, you don't find those pizzas. You don't find pepperoni pizza like the Ninja Turtles like. You don't find that in the rest of the world. I made a pizza last night. Oh, but like I told you, I got inspired to cook better. You know, I got inspired. So I made a pizza. I made my own dough from scratch because I usually buy the already made dough when I make pizza. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this dough. I'm making my own dough tonight. And so the night before, I make the dough. I let it rise all night for 24 hours. And I'm like, oh, this shit is ready. It's on tonight. So I roll it out, have the olive oil, the garlic in it. It's beautiful dough. It tastes amazing. Cook it, have the fresh mozzarella on it, have everything. It looks beautiful when it's cooked. It tasted amazing. But it's not like Bonci Pizzeria.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, that. There's nothing like it, dude. It's just, I'm glad you had a. It looks like you had an awesome time. I can't wait to see the videos
Oh,
that you're gonna make out of it. So
yeah, dude. Like you said, man, it's just unreal there. Unreal.
absolutely
Unreal.
unreal.
Everything. Like when you're like, oh, like I put this trip off for so long. I could have went to Italy so many times. I was like, I don't want to. I'm in Croatia. Why would I want to go to Italy? Same shit, right? And it's like, but when you go there, it's just like in all my videos, like I even catch myself saying, I'm like, wow. I'm like, all I know how to say is wow right now. In every video, I'm like, it's just, I'm like, I know you guys probably think I'm just saying wow and this is incredible. I'm
No,
like,
you're
but
getting
it really
wowed.
is. Yeah.
It's really that
I'm
wow.
like, I'm like, this really is happening. I'm like, I go in there like thinking all this stuff of what I'm gonna say, and then when you get there to the real place, you're like, wow, this is crazy.
Wow.
This is you can't even think. Like it's just like so much going on. You got to see everything, and that's how it was for me. And it's like, look at this guy. Eh?
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao, this guy,
Hey,
the Italian. Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers,
Ching
man.
ching.
Ching, ching. Are you Americans planning to visit Italy? Dude, I was just in Italy, man. I have Italian videos coming. This guy was in Italy a couple years ago, but in the future, who knows? Me and this guy might be in Italy together.
Fuck yeah.
The Americans. Yeah, see, I mean, one of us is American. You racist.
You just sound American. You're just a Canadian undercover American.
Any of you has Italian origins? No, I'm Croatian. I live in Croatia, my brother.
I do. I do. My sister just took that 23andMe or whatever it was, and we found out that we thought we were
Yeah.
Mexican. We're just a little bit.
Damn.
We're just a little bit of Mexican, but
Yeah.
we're a lot of Italian. So
Damn. So you're no more related to El Chapo. Now you're Mussolini's brother.
no, I mean, how am I going to say that? My great grandma's from fucking Chihuahua, Mexico.
That's
So
crazy, yeah?
that is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I want to get mine too, just to be maybe just kind of compare the results. But
Yo, I really
hey,
want to do that, but I'm scared of
what to get
you know,
like connected with family members?
no, it's conspiracy theories. Oh, they're gonna clone you, but I'm like, what's the big deal anyway?
Hey, let them clone me. I don't care.
Oh, yo, so when I was in Napoli, I actually this dude came up to me. Obviously vlogged it because it was wild. He's like, "You want to give some blood?" And they're wearing all this jewelry and stuff. They're talking about sports and women, and they're doctors apparently, right? So I go into this van. It's like a ambulance van, I guess, and they're arguing about sports, women. They're wearing all this gaudy jewelry, and I'm like, "This is where I'm supposed to give my blood to." So I don't even know. Maybe there's a couple of me running around Italy soon. You know, like they
Probably.
took. They're like, "Oh, all you need to give is a little tiny tube of blood." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." They take like 16 vials. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you just said a little
And
tiny
then they give
tube.
you a cup. They're like, okay, go to room number 3, and
Yeah.
we're gonna
No, they just
you're gonna
gave
have to
me
fill this cup
they
up.
get they get no they yeah they gave me a juice box and a glass of water and told me to beat it. I was like, oh, that's it. That's Italy, baby. And Mickey's like, you're
Hey, there you
seriously
go.
gonna give your blood? I'm like, I guess. I don't know what. I don't see the big deal. I guess to do it.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the
Yeah.
same thing if I was there. So
It was like nobody. This guy was having a hard time getting people to give blood, so I was like, whatever, man. I'll give some
hey,
blood.
you helping out. You saved a life.
It was crazy though. I didn't because they prick your finger to see if your blood's clean or whatever. And they put it
Yeah.
through the machine. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna tell me you got AIDS or something, something crazy. I was clean though, bro. I was clean.
It's like, here, have a seat. We have some news for you.
Yeah, you know what? We're not gonna be taking your blood after all. That's good news. But but it shows that you made some love to some animals. Yeah,
Man,
Mexican. Hola, hermano. ¿Cómo estás?
¿cómo
Todos
estás?
bien. Yeah, man. Everything's good over here. How about you?
Bien, bien.
Where are you
De
from?
nada.
Where are you from? Danaos. What is it?
Danios.
Danios. Danaos. Where are you from, my brother? My brother. I don't know, man. But Italy. I am from Hellas. What is that? Greece?
I gotta look that up. I don't even know where that is.
I think that's Greece, isn't it? It has to be
Oh, that's
Greece.
Greece. Yeah.
Damn, this boy knows, eh?
Look at this,
What's
dude.
up?
You are a cultured guy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
a
not too far
traveler.
from you. That's not too far from you.
Yeah, dude, I want to go to Greece. Hell yeah, you got it right. Fast as F. Oh, dude. Yeah, I haven't been to Greece. The Balkan knowledge. Yeah, exactly. Actually, was it you that said you have a trip going to Greece? No, that was another friend of mine, actually.
No, yeah, not I. No,
Yeah,
but
Greece was so. This time is Italy, Greece, Prague, Sofia, Bulgaria, or Rome. But we picked Rome. It wasn't a real question, but those were like the choice. We wanted to go to Istanbul or Greece, but they were more expensive. So
yeah,
we chose, yeah.
Istanbul's probably a little sketchier than Rome. So
First human on Twitch that found it so quickly. Dude, we're on Twitch. I forgot.
we're on everything right now. Oh, nice.
We're on Twitch.
Okay.
I forgot we posted up on Twitch. Yeah, man. So, yeah, Twitch. Yo, hey, Mr. Grease, if you want to go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing if you could do it. This is Bonjo. Catch it on YouTube. Catch it on Twitch. Catch it anywhere. Look at this guy. He has got the Mexican
There we
guns,
go.
eh? Them
Well,
Cholo boys.
The
Yeah.
Italian
Yeah,
guns, I guess
them
now.
arm tacos, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it'd be great, eh, if you came. I'm not gonna lie though, if it'd be cool if you came. When you come to Europe, I'll probably try to meet up with you. I don't know what country. If you come to
We're gonna make it
Croatia,
happen. Yeah, we'll make it happen. I know
oh,
it's been in the
but I'm
works.
telling you this, we're definitely gonna throw it in a video though. Throw it
Okay.
in a video. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't
Okay.
matter because
Mix a little business with pleasure, you know? Hey, let's do it.
Oh no, because it's like you're not you're not like a YouTuber guy, so it's like you're starting to do it, but it'd be
Well,
nice that
I mean,
yeah,
I've it's little things here and there, just like, the shit that I like.
just touching the water, eh?
Yeah, just testing the
Wait,
water.
so are you Canadian or Croatian, or Canadianized Croatian? I'm a
The
Canadian.
later.
Yeah, I'm a Canadian that lives in Croatia, and my family's Croatian. So if you ask Croatians here, I'm Canadian. If you ask Canadians, I'm Croatian. So I'm like that zebra that gets no love by anybody. You know, I'm just that mixed mutt that everybody's like, "Oh, you're not part of us. You're not part of us either." So I'm just like in the middle somewhere.
The zebra donkey.
Yeah, I'm a zebra donkey. Yeah, I'm a donkey that paints himself. Can you speak Croatian? A little bit. I can speak a little bit, but not so much.
The painted donkey in Tijuana. I've seen that.
Oh, damn. I don't want to see that show. That's crazy. Yeah, but look at this, eh? Limoncello.
Here we go.
Oh, man. I want to Steve Will do it right now and just down it. You watch Steve Will do it?
Stevie Will.
Yeah, you like it? I like that guy. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, the full send's okay.
Yeah, Full Send's crazy, man. It used to be so good, but now it's kind of
Yeah,
too brandy. It's too much brands going on.
that's
Also,
true.
I thought Canadians spoke French. Just joking. Yeah, not this Canadian.
Yeah.
This Canadian doesn't speak French. I know everybody's like, "Oh, so you speak French?" Je m'appelle, da, 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 da. And it's like, dude, we are Canadian. We speak English. There's like a small percentage of us that speak French, even though like to get like a government official job, you need to know both languages. And they press in schools for a bit, but they don't really care. Nobody cares.
Right.
I wish
It just
like
depends on where you're at.
I wish that I tried a little bit harder and people pushed it on us a little bit more. Like looking back as an adult now, it would have been nice. It's nice for kids to actually get pushed to learn French a little bit more, I think, because it's useful. You know, that's one of the things in school that's very useful is a different language. You know, a lot of things like math is good, but like, dude, science. If you're just an average kid and you're trying to learn science, dude, that's a waste of time for me. What are you gonna do with science? You know, what are you gonna do with science and you're trying to just ride a skateboard your whole life? You know, like what are you gonna do with tiramisu? Like super bad. He's like, when the fuck am I gonna make tiramisu? You know, it's like, damn, it's true though. It's like, when am I gonna go dissect a frog when I'm 40? I'm not. I'm never doing that. You know, it's just maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Everything's got its use, right?
No.
So,
Yeah. I guess.
It does. It does.
Took
Well,
French
shit,
in
man.
grade 10, never needed it. Took French. Yeah, well, it's like this. You don't know you need it because you just probably stuck in one city. You know what I mean? No offense, but it's just like if you don't have any ambitions to leave the city, you probably just don't need much really. Just to know your 9 to 5, really. You know?
Yeah. Just put your blinders on and work.
And that's I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm not saying everybody needs to go and speak French and try to eat fucking, frog legs.
I mean,
Nobody's
even
saying
if you
that.
go to France, everyone's speaking English. So
Yeah.
what good will it do
Yeah.
you?
Well, I mean, I went to Italy. Not too many people are speaking English. You go to
Yeah.
Croy.
Well, yes and no. Like we went to this place where it was like a stop off the road, and it was like a
Yeah.
grocery store, and we're like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Grocery
where?
stores don't know.
But the guy at the counter, we were like talking amongst ourselves, and he's like, I can speak English, and I'm like, thank
Oh,
God, like thank
yeah.
you. And so he was able to kind of like help us out a little bit. But you're right, it is far and few
It's
between.
hard.
It's like broken English.
Yeah, like Croatia, it's like if you go to like the big like if you go up north, it's a little bit easier. You go to Argentina, nobody speaks English. Like not nobody. Obviously, there's people, but it's like not like in Cordoba, especially there, not hardly anybody. So it's like a lot of places. Like as an English speaker, you think that everybody speaks English. More people speak Spanish. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know if there's a statistic about that, but maybe probably there has to be. But
Yeah.
I don't know
No.
that. See, but that's how I feel. Took French in grade 10 and never needed it. That's how I felt for the longest time. But it's like this. There's a part of me now that when I travel, it's like it would be nice to know a different language, especially when you're from Canada and people are like, "You're from Canada, so you speak two languages." Well, no, I don't because I never cared. I was lazy. That's basically what you're saying to these people because we have two official languages, right? Just like I don't know. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be.
Well, no, I mean,
I,
and then if you watch these like Canadian parliamentary meetings, right, where
mm-hmm.
it's like they have like the people speak, and they speak both. They
Justin
speak both.
Bieber. He
Justin
knows
Bieber.
French and English,
No shit.
and he sings the whole anthem in English and French. So it's like, dude,
Is he from?
that
Is he
guy.
from Canada?
Yeah, he's from
No
Toronto
fucking,
area.
no
He's
fucking
trying.
way. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
So it's like this. At the end of the day, that guy is famous and super busy life at 13 years
Yeah.
old, and he knows both languages.
Well, he's
You
not
know?
13 anymore. But did you see
No,
that
but
video he just came out with? Where he's got that disease and like half of his
yeah,
face ain't working anymore.
yeah. That's what everybody's like. Oh, it's from the vaccine. I'm like, oh, dude. Oh
Mm,
man, I get. That's another thing, but it's like, dude, come on, come on. You know what
yeah.
I mean? You're from the vaccine. Are you guys kidding me? Whoever believes in that is crazy, man. I don't know if they're just making jokes. It's probably easy joke right there, but it pisses me off kind of because like so everybody else that got the vaccine, you think that if they gave somebody the vaccine to get sick off, they'd give it to Justin Bieber, the guy that they'd want to be the face of, like vaccines are cool, let's sell them. They wouldn't. They'd give it to all of us that makes our face. How come nobody? I mean, everybody I know that has the vaccine is perfect, fine. How about you?
I mean, I don't give a shit. I'll take it. Like, I mean, if it's gonna help me
Do you
be
know
if I
anybody that has it?
that hasn't taken it,
No, that has the vaccine. Yes.
I have it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And how are you feeling?
Fine, completely fine,
How about everybody else that you know that has the vaccine?
completely fine. Nothing bad happened. Nothing bad
Yeah.
happened. I will tell you this. Got I caught the bug. I guess you could call it a bug. Caught
Yeah.
the virus while I was vaccinated. My girl
Yeah.
wasn't vaccinated. She was when we were sick. We were sick together.
Yeah.
It affected her 10 times worse than it affected me. And
Yeah.
I can think of that like my parents. My parents are in their 70s. They're double vaxxed and boosted.
Yeah.
and they have not caught it. And maybe they have, and they've just
And
beat
they
it
just
off,
don't know.
and they just
Yeah.
don't know. They beat it off quick because
Yeah, they're
because of that. And like shit, I can thank science for that. Like I
Yeah.
want my parents to take it.
Oh,
They're old. I want
when
them to be
I
able to have it.
when I got it the first time, I was really sick. I was bedridden for a week, and I had it for like 2 months, and I still wasn't better. And I still vlogged and did stuff, but I couldn't. It was very hard for me to go outside and stuff. And I still I'm like, oh, it's just in my mind. I got to go out and get over this. It's just because if you think you're sick, you get sicker, kind of. And so and sunshine helps, and that was my whole mentality behind it. It kind of worked. But then when I got the vaccine and I got it again, I wasn't sick because we went and got tested. They said, "Oh, you're positive," but it wasn't like that. It was just like, I'm sick. What? I had a runny nose, and that's it. So it's it's crazy. Like, and so when you go to Italy, they don't accept my vaccine, right? And so I have the Sinopharm one, which is the Asian-based one, I guess.
Oh
So
no
there's
shit.
so Italy has their own kind of ones that they accept, and they don't. Croatia accepts it. So before I go, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna need a new vaccine card. Just before we go, they cancel all that. They're like, oh, you don't need anything. You don't need to have a PCR test. You don't need any negative results. You don't need anything. And so you don't even need anything to travel to Italy. That's crazy, yeah? You don't have to quarantine. You don't have to show your proof of vaccines. You don't have to show anything. So that's beautiful. I'm glad they got rid of it. But at the same time, aren't you kind of wondering like what happened to what happened to it? Why is nobody getting sick anymore?
Yeah, and I feel like it's all one-offs. It's like you hear these people that like
Hmm.
they took the vaccine and then they died a week later. They were gonna probably die anyways.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like why isn't anybody getting COVID anymore? Why?
Yeah.
It's
No, but
weird. It's
it's
weird.
still going around. It's still going around.
Right.
That's for sure. Yeah,
Well,
they're
I think they just stopped putting it on the news. That's why. It's
yeah.
like yeah, especially if I don't know, it's crazy, man. Traveling was crazy for a bit. It was crazy, and it's like now it's kind of nice. Die from the cold. Yeah, this guy's throwing out half sentences. Eh? Die. Yeah, I guess you can die from like the average flu. Is what he's saying. Uh, what do
Happens.
you think? Yeah, it happens. That was
Happens.
actually a huge in like 2013. Italian, like a lot of Italy died from the average flu, but now nobody's dying from the
Well, yeah, they
average
took
flu.
it at the beginning of it. I remember they took it. They got hit the hardest, like
Yeah,
out of all the
Italy and
areas.
China. Italy and China
Yeah,
were like the ground zero for
they're
all
the
this.
forefront for sure.
Yeah, and like now it's like they're the most open. It's like what? How did that happen? They're the most open. Like Italy's completely open. Don't need any kind of passport or PCR test to get there. Like vaccine passport. I mean, you don't need any of that to go there now. And China, they've been like that for a while. I don't think they mess with foreigners anymore, like Americans and stuff. I don't think you're allowed to go to China right now, are you? Or you get treated
I don't
differently.
know.
You know,
I don't
who
know what the
knows,
case
man?
is. I don't know. It's just
I don't,
I don't know. I'll stay up to it. I'm you know,
like
PC.
Croatia, you still need a PCR test and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but even Canada for sure you do. Canada, you probably need to like a whole bunch of things. Who knows, man?
1 second.
All
I'm gonna grab another beer. I gotta drain the main and grab a beer. Give me a second.
right, boss. Oh man, yeah, it feels good to get back on the old podcast game. How was your Italy? Someone's like, "How was your Italy trip? Looked amazing." Yeah, it's amazing. I'll tell you, Italy's incredible. Italy's one of those places that you must go. I put it off. I'm one of those guys that put it off for so long. Like I've been to Croatia, I've been to the border, and I just never had that desire to go to Italy. And it's like, but once I got there, I was like, wow, 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 wee, wow. It's incredible. That place is. You have lots of stuff there. It's
Wow, wow,
like
wee, wow.
we didn't even go to Rome. I mean, Florence. We didn't go to like the whole north, Venice. We only went to Rome, Napoli, Pompeii, and Positano. Even Positano, you got Amalfi, you got Sorrento, you got a bunch of places there that are amazing, incredible. So it's like you have so much Sicily, then you go down south Sicily, Bari, you got a bunch of places. And there's a whole bunch, like Capri Island, we didn't go there. So there's lots of places that we got to go next time for sure. For sure, for sure.
I'm moving to Italy. It's gonna happen. God willing. God will make it happen.
God will make it happen. You got to talk to God, man.
Yeah, we chat. You know, he said he's gonna make it happen for me.
Lord Jesus Christ. So who's this? Let's see this. We should have behave on this channel. Fresh start. Yeah, if anybody wants to go see my other channel, I don't know how to get there. Actually, I don't really know the real name of it. Here, let me check the real name of it. My new
Yeah,
channel.
how do I get onto it?
Let me try to see this. It's a little bit maybe too generic to find it.
If I go
But
to
it's
your main
called-
page, is it on channels?
No, actually, it's called Mickey and Joe Travel. That's it. I didn't really think out the name too well. That's it. Yeah.
Let me see here.
Mickey. Yeah, so Miki and Joe Travel. Damn.
I got you right here. There we go.
Oh, it comes up? I got
Yes, it
2
does.
videos, eh? I got 2 videos popping.
Damn, you got this. You got this going 7 months ago. I didn't even know.
Yeah, because I had a whole idea 7 months ago that I'm gonna rebrand and start over, but it was just way too hard, and it's a lot of work to do it.
Start from scratch, bro. It's gonna be tough. It's a grind, but I mean, hey, you know, you gotta empires built brick by brick.
Yeah. Well, the best thing is to know when you're wrong in business. Is when you're wrong. The best way to succeed is to know you're wrong, and to know when it's time to rebuild and start over again. A lot of people don't know how to do that, so that's why they fail all the time.
Yeah.
If you know when it's time to start over again, it's good in your head, but you just got to do it better. Hopefully, you learn from your mistakes, and I kind of did. That's why this podcast is going to be mainly travel, and we're going to talk about places and stuff like that. Kind of like Gabriel Traveler. Yeah, Gabriel Traveler is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, me and him actually. He was in Croatia one time, and I didn't have the free. It's 2 years ago, and I was talking to him, and we were talking, and I was supposed to go meet up with him, and I just couldn't do it, and that kind of sucks too when it doesn't work out, you know. Next trip you could do Milan, Verona, Venice, but okay, north. I'm gonna do the north. We just did the middle kind of. We're gonna do the south now because south is more hectic in my style kind of, but the north, and we're gonna do Lake Como and all those places too.
Oh yeah, dude, I got a spot for you. Lake Gondria. You can go stay at the town Gondria. It's right next to Switzerland, and that is, it's insane, absolutely insane.
But dude, how much does it cost to stay there?
You live once. I mean, money comes and goes.
16,000 a night.
No, God, no way. But we did drop some bread to go there, but it wasn't that much. Jesus Christ, I'm not that rich.
Some guys yelling for us. What are they doing?
Everything good?
I don't know.
Are you getting swatted?
Are they hitting crack here?
No, they're fighting each other.
Oh, they're fighting each other. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were getting swatted.
Oh, if they're hitting, because I see them with their paddles, I thought they were hitting a cat or something.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I would have lost it. Yeah, I would have ran out there. Boom, headbutted a little Joseph. Boom, headbutted Ivan.
A little drop kick.
Yeah, screw that shit. But I don't know. It's been about 2 hours. What do you think?
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Good, eh?
Hey, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Oh man. Oh, what's your beer choice in Italy?
Oh, the Esquelia. What is it?
In
Squeeza. What did you think of that one? I gotta know.
I liked it. But my favorite one It's the Peroni. Peroni is I
Yeah,
like Peroni.
it tastes different. Even you know
Yeah.
you know what else tastes different out there is
But
the
I'll tell you
Pellegrino.
that.
Just the sparkling water tastes different.
Oh yeah, I had Pellegrino. It's just so different.
It does.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: I'm not a fan of IPAs and hops and that stuff.
But you are
I like
now.
the regular. No, I like the regular beer, like the Peroni. Like I like that kind of beer. Where it's like the lager, that ale, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a craft beer kind of guy.
Okay.
And because to me, it's like there's obviously like you like craft beer, but in my head, it's like you're lying to yourself that you think this tastes good.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I drink it because it's gonna get me drunk faster.
Yeah,
And like anything like Lagunitas, any IPA, Sierra Nevada,
yeah,
any of that stuff, it's like it it is not good. It does not go
no.
down well. But
Yeah.
after you drink maybe one or two of them, you're like,
You're
okay,
feeling a little bit different,
I
huh?
can drink one more. And
Yeah,
it's like, but that's when you make the mistake where it's like, I'm drinking Coors Light. It's
yeah,
11 o'clock in the morning, and because it's my weekend,
yeah.
got
You're
got
allowed
a
to do
couple,
what the hell you
hey, I'm
want.
allowed,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I'm a
You're
grown man,
adult.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get out of here. But you
Oh,
know,
dude, I'm about to Steve
you
will do it,
combine it.
baby.
There you go. You combine. You are you drinking Coors Light throughout the day? Maybe have what you not, and then you have a couple of IPAs, glass of wine, have
dude,
a Truly. You're gonna be chucking, dude. You are
dude,
gonna be sick.
I'll tell you this. You go
And
to
that's happened to
Canada.
me.
I want you to go to Canada. I want you to go to Canada for one reason. Try the Coors Light in Canada, and then bring your American beer, Coors Light. Just Coors Light, or Bud Light, or whatever the main brands, right? Bring those main brands, one of each. Bring them all the way up to Canada, then buy those same beers in Canada, and you tell me the difference.
Is
You,
it better in Canada?
dude, is it better in Canada? You get drunk off the beer in Canada. Like what
Oh.
us, we used to go over to the border. We would drink. I remember I went to Pittsburgh one time. I bought 24 beers at the nightclub because they're $1 each at this Matrix is called the nightclub, and we just drank them all. We weren't like in Canada, you get blackout. But this, you're just like drinking them all. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, there's
This
no
keeps
beer
me
in here.
hydrated. You're right. This keeps me hydrated here. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to Canada. I like one time just drive up to the border, go to Vancouver, and try a Canadian beer, and then you'll be like, "Holy man, this is different. This is
I
just
will.
hits different." It's not even that far from you, you know. Just do it.
It's
Just
really
go.
not. It's like a 16-hour drive if I do it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I used to. We drove 25 hours in Argentina, one side to the other.
Oh shit.
Karlovačka. Yeah, so Karlovačka is actually, to be honest with you, that beer is my least favorite beer in Croatia. I love, even though it's a Hajduk split brand and I'm in Dalmatia, so I'm supposed to like it. I like Ojusko, even though that's a Zagreb beer.
Mhm.
It's just the best beer in Croatia. Sorry, I drink what I like. I don't drink what people think I like. That's it. And Ojusko is my one of my favorite beers around the world. I think it's just so easy. It's just so easy to drink.
Shit, we don't get any of the cool foreign beers here. It's like it's all this craft beer. Like, and it depends on
Yeah.
where you go. It depends on where you go. And it's just like you're gonna have local beer there. I will say
Oh
this though.
man,
Oregon. Oregon has some really fucking good
Portland.
beer.
Yeah.
Oregon in general. There's a place called 10 Barrel Brewing,
Mm.
and they make good beer. They just make good
Oh,
beer.
dude, when I tell people around the world, they're like, "Oh, Germany, Czech," because those are like the most renowned beer guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm telling you, the beer in Canada is just better. I'm like, I don't know why. And I'm like, it's just like going to Italy. You can make the same damn noodles with the same damn recipe.
The fucking
It's just not,
sparkling
yeah.
water tastes better.
It's just different. You know? You got to get out of your city and just understand why it's different. You'll be like, oh, that's why. Like just like the bacon in Canada and America. The bacon. There's no bacon around the world like Canada and America.
Yeah.
There's no bacon like that. You know what I mean, right?
Oh yeah.
Like bacon's so good. But when you go to other countries, it's just not that good. And it's like, oh, this is why they don't like bacon as much because it's not good here. It's the truth. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. My mom, I want her to freeze it when next time she comes to Croatia. freeze it and bring iced bacon in their suitcase. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, dude, that's. I mean, I'm sure you can get it shipped out there. No.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I'd
Mm.
love to have some bacon and beef jerky. I always get my mom to send me beef jerky too, all the time. Jack Links. I don't care what anybody has to say about Jack Links. It's my favorite beef jerky. It's just, it's like the Lay's chips. You know, sure, it's the big brand or whatever, and there's a couple other brands smaller that are maybe better sometimes. But damn, I'm talking about Jack Links. I can eat that shit
Did
like
I send
potato
you any
chips.
Jack Links?
No, you're gonna send me some. I don't know where it's from now, like Texas or something, maybe
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna get you
some
that
habaneros.
the
I forget
the
what it was.
wagyu
Yeah, yeah. It
the
is. Yeah,
wagyu beef
that
jerky. That was
was
by
it good,
far. Oh my god, best beef jerky I've ever had.
dude. I
You're gonna
never.
get it. You're gonna get it.
So wagyu beef was
Wagyu
actually,
beef jerky.
you can actually buy it here for pretty cheap.
Oh, I
Not
bet.
beef jerky, not beef jerky. Just beef, like a steak or something.
Yeah.
Not cheap. Obviously, it's not cheap, but it's cheaper.
Hey, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You're saving some
Yeah.
money.
And you buy Argentina beef here too, so it's pretty crazy. Argentina beef. That's just like, it's the bee's knees of beef, man. The bee's knees. The
Yeah.
beef knees.
The
And
beef knees.
clamato.
Oh, I'm all about the clamato.
Oh, you fuck with clamato heavy, yeah?
Well, no. Well, you get here and it's like there's no clam juice in it. It's just
No.
tomato juice and
Tomato.
spices. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not putting
Yeah.
clam juice in the beer here
Do you,
in the
you ever
US.
go on those what's that movie where it's like let's go on the, oh man, what are they called again? Where it's like the boats and they just drink on it?
Booze
Like
cruise?
no, it's like a booze cruise, but it's like they call it something. They have a name for it.
I
It's
don't
like in
know.
a Will Ferrell movie. Oh man, I wish I
don't
remembered
know.
what it's called. It's like
The
oh, man.
Catalina wine mixer?
Yeah, Catalina. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's fucking nothing. It's just something from the movie.
I thought that was real. I thought
No, maybe it is, but I mean, dude, I've never
the
been
wine
to
mixer.
one.
Like what the hell?
I've never been to one.
Dude, that's what. When you show me pictures of you, like, or when I watch your story and you're on a boat, I'm like, this dude's always just on a Catalina wine mixer, probably.
I'm just on a little booze cruise. No, whenever you get the chance to come out here, dude, I'm giving you the royal treatment. Well,
Oh, dude.
I'll get the RV. We'll bring the boat out. It's gonna be nice.
When we go to North America again, I'm obviously going to my hometown, and then Niagara Falls, Toronto, take them to see around a little bit. And everybody's like, "Oh, you can't go back home because you got in trouble there." I can go back home. I can go wherever I want back home. Don't worry, guys. But
who are these people that are telling you these kind of weird shit?
These guys think I got ran out of my country.
You shouldn't do this. You can't do this. It's like you got so many people telling you this fucking shit that you can't do.
Oh, dude, a lot of people are haters, man. That's
yeah.
And but after that, I want to go to California, see you and Wayne, hopefully together. That'd be, imagine us three just chilling, vibing out in Cali. Wayne's hilarious. Wayne's hilarious guy. And then I got to go to Florida. I'll meet that Joe guy. And obviously Chicago to meet Muff Seipel and all these guys. And Indian Terry. And then that's it. Those are all.
There we go.
And that'd be a nice little North American tour, you know?
Yeah, dude. We'll make it happen.
Take the CD-ass Greyhound cross country.
Oh, no, dude, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Just fly Southwest. It's pretty cheap.
Take the Greyhound, eh?
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Murdered on a bus.
Dude, they'll turn in. You'll be traveling on the Greyhound longer than you'd be like meeting with any of the boys.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, I just got here, but I got to leave in 5 minutes.
It's gonna take you, dude. It would take you a week because they have to stop. They stop, and then you have to sleep at the rest stop. It's not a nice experience.
And you get robbed too, eh?
Oh, all day.
Dried clam broth. Damn, bro, that sounds sexual as hell.
It does.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man, but I think this has come to an end.
Yeah, we'll close it there with the dried clam broth and and cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Thanks for the dried clam broth. Mr. Oxy. Look at this guy. Down. But see you later. We'll come back and do this again for sure. Maybe we'll get a little schedule going so people are ready for it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
we'll figure it out, and
And
we'll talk more about just. I mean, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. We'll just
yeah, just
talk.
keep doing what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, try to keep it mostly travel and then veer off sometimes,
which we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah, this was supposed to be Italian talk, but hey, we talked Italy, but then we veered off. Yeah, that's it. That's life.
This is life.
Yeah, this is life. This is what
This is
happens,
life.
when you get a couple of brothers talking to each other. That's it.
There we go.
I don't
There we
mean
go.
darks. Yeah, so that's it. All right. Adios, amigos.